Hello and welcome. My name is Donald Tucker. In an effort to continue to provide for our students and connect families across the country, this year we are taking our efforts to a whole new level. Our commitment to the district's children is unwavering. We believe that athletics plays a vital role in the personal growth, character development, and overall well-being. That's why we need your help today. By partnering with us, you become an integral part of our journey to empower and uplift these young athletes. Visit our website, www.springdaleathleticfoundation.org, where you can find out more information about our organization, our impact, and how you can help support. So I invite you to stand with us, partner with the Springdale Athletic Foundation, and be a part of something truly special. Together, we can make a difference in the lives of our district kids and ensure that Springdale sports continues to set the standards in athletics across the state.
Shot on the way, and good!
In 1908, Springdale and Fayetteville played football for the first time. They played to a 0-0 draw. 1 month later, in November, they played again to a 6-6 tie. In 1909, David Dupreez had a long run, set up the first touchdown of the game, and Springdale won the game 5-0. 117 years later, we get set for the 126th meeting of the Bulldogs. Welcome into a very special edition of the Springdale Bulldog pregame show. I'm Zach Ars, along with head coach Brett Hobbs. And Coach, I don't have to build this one very much, do I?
No.
You've played in this game. You've coached in this game. This is as big as it gets in the state of Arkansas.
Yeah, it really does. And just hearing, the history and everything brings back a lot of memories, especially growing up. Obviously I went to all the games, when I was a kid and everything, got to play in it. Saw some really close, really good games. There's a lot of history. And, looking forward to getting these two teams back together and the Battle of the Bulldogs.
It's been a lot of fun throughout the year. Springdale leads the series 62-51. There have been 13 ties, but I always go back to the game in 1929 when they played for the name Bulldogs.
Yeah.
They played in October. They played to a tie in that ball game. They got together in November, played to a tie again. They both said, the heck with it. We're both going to be Bulldogs. Somebody was going to be the Cardinals if they had lost one of those games, but they wound up tying both of those games, and history was born in that game.
Yeah, and that's definitely an interesting fact. And, and I think it adds to the rivalry, with both the schools being the Bulldogs. Obviously, they're the Purple Dogs and we're the Red Dogs. But just a lot of history and a lot of excitement that goes along with this game.
There's so many great stories, and you played in a bunch of these games. Actually, the game we're going to talk about in a minute, you played in. But the 1967 egg fight, when John Tyson and his classmates lured the Fayetteville football team to where the locomotion is right now, hid in the woods, egged the football team, and then went on to win the game the following night. Yeah. It's been like that. There's been the marshmallow drop, chickens turned loose. There's been a stolen mascot head. This is exactly what high school rivalries are all about.
It really is. And, growing up, that was the main rivalry, Springdale and Fayetteville. And, hopefully it hasn't lost some of that rivalry, but hopefully we'll be able to get that back if it has come Friday night.
One of my favorite stories out of this rivalry, and I love telling stories, I love to hear the old Bulldogs talk about this, was in 1998. On what former head coach Zach Clark calls a pass interference. Looked clean to me, but we had plays like this. It was a fake punt. He threw it as high as he could. I believe it was you, may have obliterated his brother Cody, and ball goes incomplete. Springdale takes over and goes on to win the game.
It was actually Mike Fears.
Okay.
It was a Fears, but no, what I remember about that was it was a great play by, a great call and great scheme by Fayetteville, but I remember Zach during the timeout, he's back there
prancing around like a ballerina,
warming up, the high leg kick and everything, getting ready with, and then it gets hidden behind some of their linemen and then throws it up to his brother. There may or may not have been a little bit of contact.
There's no contact in my view.
Yeah. So, but it was a great controversy, and that game was a really good game. We ended up winning 10-9. And it was a very exciting game.
I bring all of that up to bring us to tonight's game against Fayetteville. Doesn't have the same feel that it used to because of the school splits, but it's still a big game. What are you going to talk to your players about tonight's game?
Yeah, I just think, the history of the Springdale-Fayetteville rivalry, and, this is where it all began, and, there's still not the crosstown rivalry, but, right down the street, and they're a good team, a lot of history, and I think our guys will be ready and excited to go.
Now, they've had a rough go of it by their standards this year. Mm-hmm. This feels like a game that, if you guys can get control of it early, you can make it a ball game here. It's been a while since Springdale's beaten Fayetteville, 2008 to be exact, but I think you've got to feel pretty good about where your team is right now.
I do, and I think this is a little bit different year, and if you look at it, they have struggled a little bit, and when they have struggled, it's against teams that, got an early jump on them. And so that's what we're going to be preaching to our team and our kids as far as being able to start fast. I'd like to get going early, try to get them behind a little bit, make them play catch up. But they still have a really good team. With even what their record says, they're going to be ready to go. They've got a lot of talent on that team, and I think it's just going to be a great high school football game.
Didn't get the result we were looking for last week, but still 2-2 in conference. Everything still in front of you. Talk to me a little bit about, your mindset going into the last couple of games here in conference play and looking forward to the playoffs.
Yeah, of course we want to get better, and right now I do feel pretty good as far as where we're at health-wise. This time of year, especially playing in the 7A West, is difficult to stay healthy, and we're not fortunate enough to have a lot of depth on our team, but I do feel like this is probably the most healthy that we have been at this point. Since I've been the head coach, which is really encouraging going into the game, but still focus on us. We still got to continue to get better, learn from our mistakes, and, just our preparation. We got to have a great week of preparation this week, and, there's still a lot to play for because, we have an opportunity to have a home playoff game, do some things that, we have set our goals to at the beginning of the year, and we have an opportunity to get those.
We've talked enough history. We're going to talk about the game coming up. You're watching the Springdale Bulldog pregame show here on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
What's the only thing better than ordering your Whataburger favorites right on your phone? Earning free Whataburger while doing it. Download the Whataburger app to get started, just like you like it.
I am the March 2024 Springdale Spotlight winner.
The February 2024 winner of Springdale Spotlight.
I was the winner of the May 2024 Springdale Spotlight.
I'm the Springdale Spotlight winner of Summer 2024.
Use the hashtag Springdale Family when posting about the great things happening in our school.
You could win a prize pack just like this.
So don't forget, take it and tag it.
And you may be the next winner.
Hashtag
Springdale
Family.
Welcome back to the Springdale Bulldog pregame show here on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television, continuing our conversation with Coach Brett Hobson. Coach, as we look at Fayetteville, they've had some issues stopping the run, which plays right into your hands. Talk to me a little bit about that Fayetteville defense.
It's a very similar defense to what we run. Coach Chick, our defense coordinator, he was Fayetteville's defense coordinator 5 years ago, and a lot of those guys that are on that defensive staff was part of his staff. So they kind of taken some of his defense and philosophy and things like that. So we are familiar with the style of defense that they play. They've got, some really good athletes that are going to be able to fly around and be able to make plays. But you're right. We do feel like that our strength is obviously running the football. They've had a little bit of trouble stopping the run. And there's been times that I've seen on film that they get really aggressive, against run teams and get downhill and kind of lose their eye discipline a little bit. And with kind of how we've been able to throw the ball the past couple weeks, and I think continue to get better, I think that can kind of help us as far as being able to run, get their eyes in the wrong place, and hopefully hit them with a big play in the passing game.
Now let's talk about that passing game a little bit for you guys. It really has opened up here the last couple of weeks. Easton Hahn's having a great year at the tight end spot. I don't know that was something that we necessarily banked on, but that's a guy that has done a little bit of everything for you guys.
Yeah, he really does. And, he's our deep snapper on the punt team. He's a 3-year starter on defense for us. He blocks so well in our run game. But also, with his position, he's able to kind of sneak through there and be able to get open. I really want to continue to expand on Orion Lietu at wide receiver. He had a good catch in the game Friday night. I think that we need to use him a little bit more in the passing game because he does create mismatches. And, also that will help get other guys open. And so, but I've been pleased with how we've been able to run the ball this year, but also open up in the passing game because we'll need that as we continue to move forward in the 7A West.
My daughter's a huge Orion fan. They went to school together at Central. She says you need to get his chin strap buckled so he stops in his helmet.
I know. I don't know what the deal is with that, but, he did a good job as far as, strong hands and everything. And luckily, he didn't get hurt or it wasn't worse.
Let's talk about that secondary. They've been beat. They've had some struggles there in the secondary. When you talk about your passing game, most of your passing game is predicated off the play-action run. Right. If you guys can get downhill and start running the football, that it opens up everything in the back end.
It really does, and they are aggressive on defense, and like we talked about, they're going to be really honed in on the run and stopping the run, and I think that we might be able to slip past them, and we have a few schemes that we haven't shown yet this year that I think can give them some difficulties. So I think it's going to be a good matchup, and I think the team that's going to be most disciplined and can take care of the ball will come out with a win Friday night.
Let's talk about them on the offensive side. They've got a receiver that's probably going to be an all-state guy, and it doesn't seem to matter what year it is. They've got a guy back there that can throw it. This year it's Hank Hendricks.
Yeah. They're always going to have some of those players. Their quarterback that moved in this year, he's done a great job for them. He throws a really good ball. And then when you have the receivers that can make plays and make big plays, is definitely going to present us some challenge on defense because we're not the best, coverage football team, and that's just being honest. We're continuing to work on that. Our primary focus is to be able to stop the run. We do a good job with that, but we are definitely going to have a challenge this week with their quarterback and their playmaker wide receivers. So we've got to be ready in the back end for sure.
As tough as last week was, it's got to be really easy for you to look your guys in the eye and say, okay, we got a big rival this week, and get them back up for this, especially here at Gerald Williams.
Yeah, and that's what I told them Friday, even towards the end of the game. Going to our seniors and just telling them, hey, we're going to flush this game. We're going to learn from it, and we're going to remember it. But we're not going to, focus and relive that Friday night because we have a huge game coming up. And that's what I was telling our guys is, hey, we have a great opportunity coming up, and this is a good matchup for us and one that we haven't won in a really long time. So I think our kids will be excited about the challenge, the opportunity, and to get after them on Friday.
A belated happy first birthday to your son, Kate. He got his first experience around the sun, and talk to me a little bit about that, family and football. And I mean, you guys work incredibly hard, but behind all that, you've got coaches with families and young kids.
And that's what it's all about. I appreciate you saying that. Last year was difficult for our family during football season, and with everything that Cape had to go through. But God is good. We've kept the faith. The NICU in Little Rock is unbelievable. We're able to have him home. He is healthy. But family is everything. And, and you talk about family, everybody does with the football team. But your coaching family, you're with those guys more than you're with your own family. And one thing that we do is we eat as a staff, every Sunday night. when we're working, but we also eat with our staff, with our kids and our wives after the game on Fridays. And that's what really puts in perspective, you know, no matter what happens on Friday night, you're going to be able to go home. And whenever you see your kid, you know, just think that you hung the moon. It kind of puts it all in perspective, and it reminds you of, you know, what's the most important thing.
You know, one of the highlights for all of us is when we see your mom, your wife, and Kate there in the box. And
yeah,
they're all smiles, getting ready to watch the football game. Kickoff's coming up. Battle of the Bulldogs, 126th version, is on the way. You're watching the Springdale Bulldog pregame show on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post, from downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected.
Thank you for supporting the Fuel and Feet program. I'm Cassie Lloyd, the head volleyball coach at Harbor High School, and without your help, this program would not be possible. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
My name is Brandy Davis, girls basketball coach at Central Junior High. Thank you for donating to the Fuel and Feet program. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your generosity.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Goodbye, guessing. Hello, confidence. So long, stress. Hello, security. Farewell, running to the bank. Hello, banking from anywhere. Get a quick view of your balance, block lost debit cards, and quickly deposit checks anywhere, anytime with the highly rated Arvest Go mobile app from Arvest Bank. Goodbye, limits. Hello, possibilities.
Advanced Manufacturing needs you. For every 4 jobs, there's 1 applicant. Let business industry training take you to the next level. Either as a startup or as an incumbent worker, BIT has your menu.
I came to BIT to advance my skills in the electrical control field. If you want to better yourself, you need to come to business industry training.
Accidents are never planned. But no matter how small, every emergency that involves a child is a big deal. It's everything. That's why we're here. Arkansas Children's Northwest offers the only pediatric emergency room in Northwest Arkansas with fast access, pediatric experts, and kid-sized care. Peace of mind when you need it most.
My name is Eric Burnett. I am the Assistant Athletic Director for the Springdale School District. I am so grateful for your donations to the Fuel and Feet program. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
My name is Chris Wood, Assistant Athletic Director of the Springdale School District. It's because of the generosity of people like you, we are able to fully support the Fuel and Feet program. For this, we thank you and appreciate your help. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
On behalf of Springdale Schools Athletics, I want to say thank you.
Goodbye, paperwork. Hello, convenience. Farewell, waiting. Hello, personal service. Catch you later, dreaming. Hello, planning. Buy your dream home, connect with a personal banker, and easily schedule an appointment with digital tools from Arvest Bank. Goodbye limits, hello possibilities.
I'm Jason Jones, principal at Springdale High School. Thank you for making an investment into the future of athletics in our community of Springdale. We support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
Thank you for supporting the Fuel and Feet program. I am Paul Gree, principal at Harbor High School. Without your help, this program would not be possible. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
On behalf of Springdale School Athletics, I want to say thank you.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
Sometimes a dream car has nothing to do with horsepower or performance.
My dream car is the one that gets me to my job every day. The one that lets me help a friend in need.
I didn't think I had the credit.
My credit score wasn't that good.
But Carmart believed in me.
They believed in me. My dream car, a 2016 Nissan Sentra. What's yours?
America's Carmart. You keep the dream, and we'll keep you on the road.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
My name is Adobe, and this is my Chick-fil-A success story. When I started as a team member, I was pretty shy and struggled with my confidence. And now, that same shy person, she owns her own Chick-fil-A restaurant.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post, from downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected.
What's the only thing better than ordering your Whataburger favorites right on your phone? Earning free Whataburger while doing it. Download the Whataburger app to get started, just like you like it.
Thank you for supporting the Fuel and Feet program. I'm Jared Park. Without your help, this program would not be possible. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
Hi, my name is Brett Hobbs. I'm the head football coach at Springdale High School. Thank you for making an investment into the future of athletics in our community of Springdale. We support Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
On behalf of Springdale Schools Athletics, I want to say thank you.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Thank you for supporting the Fuel and Feet program. I'm Cassie Lloyd, the head volleyball coach at Harbor High School, and without your help, this program would not be possible. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
My name is Brandy Davis, girls basketball coach at Central Junior High. Thank you for donating to the Fuel and Feet program. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your generosity.
Goodbye, guessing. Hello, confidence. So long, stress. Hello, security. Farewell, running to the bank. Hello, banking from anywhere. Get a quick view of your balance, lock lost debit cards, and quickly deposit checks anywhere, anytime with the highly rated Arvest Go mobile app from Arvest Bank. Goodbye, limits. Hello, possibilities.
Advanced manufacturing needs you. For every 4 jobs, there's 1 applicant. Let business industry training take you to the next level. Either as a startup or as an incumbent worker, BIT has your menu.
I came to BIT to advance my skills in the electrical control field. If you want to better yourself, you need to come to business industry training.
My name is Eric Burnett. I am the Assistant Athletic Director for the Springdale School District. I am so grateful for your donations to the Fuel and Feet program. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
My name is Chris Wood, Assistant Athletic Director of the Springdale School District. It's because of the generosity of people like you, we are able to fully support the Fuel and Feet program. For this, we thank you and appreciate your help. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
On behalf of Springdale Schools Athletics, I want to say thank you.
I'm Jason Jones, Principal at Springdale High School. Thank you for making an investment into the future of athletics in our community of Springdale. We support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
Thank you for supporting the Fuel and Feet program. I am Paul Gree, Principal at Harbor High School. Without your help, this program would not be possible. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
On behalf of Springdale School Athletics, I want to say thank you.
Accidents are never planned. But no matter how small, every emergency that involves a child is a big deal. It's everything. That's why we're here. Arkansas Children's Northwest offers the only pediatric emergency room in Northwest Arkansas with fast access, pediatric experts, and kid-sized care. Peace of mind when you need it most.
Goodbye, paperwork. Hello, convenience. Farewell, waiting. Hello, personal service. Catch you later, dreaming. Hello, planning. Buy your dream home, connect with a personal banker, and easily schedule an appointment with digital tools from Arvest Bank. Goodbye limits, hello possibilities.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment here, and heart, and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
On a small piece of grass about 1,000 yards from where we sit right now, 117 years ago, Fayetteville and Springdale got together and played the game of football, and they've been going at it ever since. On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Jared Cleveland, Principal Jason Jones, staff, the students, and the alumni of Springdale High School, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this very special presentation of Springdale Athletic Foundation Television. Hi, atop Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. My name is Zach Arns, the voice of the Bulldogs, alongside Coach Robert Johnson. And, Coach, you don't have to build rivalry games up very much.
No.
This one, the 126th edition of the Battle of the Bulldogs. Springdale leads the all-time series 61-52 with 13 ties. But this is big.
Yeah, it's huge, and it plays into the seeding aspect of the playoffs as well.
Yeah, Springdale comes in 3-4 on the year. Fayetteville 3-4 as well. They've kind of had an up and down year, but when you look over the history of this series, right now Fayetteville is on the longest winning streak in the series at 16 games. Springdale has not won this game since 2008. Springdale had a 13-game winning streak back in the 80s and 90s, and talking to Coach Hobbs this week, trying to get these players, these young players who haven't really experienced this rivalry, trying to get them to understand how important this game is. And Springdale tonight, looking to get back to 500, get back into the upper half of the 7A West. And yes, it's Thursday night, and everything's kind of gotten discombobulated because of the weather we're expecting tomorrow night. But, Coach, talk to me a little bit about pushing that thing up, condensing that schedule.
It makes a lot of difference, When you do that, it changes your schedule, it changes your routine, and when you play football, routine is important, consistency is important. So when you do change things like that, it kind of looks at how the coaches are going to prepare the kids, how the kids are going to prepare, because everything's got to be, like you said, condensed to a much greater game, and it's going to be a lot quicker.
Captains are heading towards midfield. There you see Easton Hahn on the far left, Carson Hayter, Raxon Resham, Shem Paul, the captains for Springdale tonight. This is Springdale's final home game here in what has been a home stand for them. They'll be on the road next week against Bentonville. They got a big one tonight against Rogers. We'll update that as we go along. So we're waiting the coin flip. Fayetteville will call it, and I would imagine that if they win the toss, they're probably going to take the football. We'll talk about their quarterback. You see on the far right side, Hank Hendricks. We'll talk about him here in just a minute. He's a 4-star quarterback, son of an analyst at the University of Arkansas, and some of the other players. Fayetteville dealing with some issues. We're going to have to sort of injury issues. We're going to have to sort that out as the night goes along. So, see who has the coin flip. Looks like Fayetteville won it. They're going to take the football. And Springdale will defend to our left. And I think, as expected, Casey Dick, the head coach of the Fayetteville Bulldogs, wants the football first. I think you and I both expect this to be a high-scoring game. Defenses have struggled of late. Fayetteville, again, dealing with a lot of injuries. They could be up without as many as 6 starters on the defensive side tonight. Yeah. And that is certainly something to keep an eye on. For Fayetteville, the guy to keep an eye on is Hank Hendricks. He can spin it.
Yeah, he's definitely – he's got some tools outside to be able to throw it to as well. And those kind of pieces are going to play big dividends in this game tonight. The
guy you're talking about is Katavian Taylor. Comes in tonight, 48 catches, 765 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's one of the best in the state of Arkansas. Reminds you a little bit of Isaiah Satania. Sort of the same guy. You know, lots of go routes. He has a lot of tricks in his bag. And Hank Hendricks is going to have to find him tonight. Now, if Fayetteville has a kind of a bugaboo on the offensive side, it's been the offensive line. They have not run the ball particularly well by their standard. And Springdale's got an opportunity tonight to take that away and then hopefully get a little pressure on Hank Hendricks as Fayetteville comes onto the field. They are, again, 3-4 on the season. They're 1-3 in conference play. Springdale 3-4, but 2-2 in league play. Right now, you mentioned it right off the top. This is a game for seeding.
Right, 100%. And the thing is, you talked about the offensive line being able to run the ball, which – no, they may not be able to run, but I think they'd rather throw the ball, to be honest with you. I think that's going to fall into their suit a lot better than running the ball.
Yeah, Springdale coming off a tough one last week in the loss to Rogers. Going to have to tighten some things up on defense. I was talking to Coach Hahn this week and Coach Hobbs as Springdale comes onto the field. Again, this is the 126th version of this rivalry. But talking with the coaches this week, they think they got a good plan here. I think they got a pretty good beat on what Fayetteville does. Now you just got to go out and stop it.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You can prepare, but the kids have to go out and perform, have to play the game.
It is a beautiful night here in Northwest Arkansas. Temperatures are in the 60s. We're expecting wind and rain tomorrow. The wind looks like it's arrived here. It will be blowing from right to left on your screen at about 10 to 12 miles per hour. It will gust at times. Now, Springdale will have the wind behind them to start the game. And if Fayetteville on defense, and we haven't talked much about the Fayetteville defense, they have struggled to stop the run. And Springdale can run the football, about 267 yards per game. So, it's kind of a clash of styles. Fayetteville's going to want to go fast. They're going to score a ton of points. Springdale's going to want to slow this thing down and grind this out.
And I think with that being said, Zach, I think the biggest thing we can do and the best thing we can do is stay on offense and try to just sustain drives and keep their offense off the field.
So A.J. Woods is going to bring the kicking team out. Glad to have you along on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television. Springdale will be kicking off. Again, 3-4 on the year. Waiting. They've got a tough stretch here. You got Fayetteville this week. You got Bentonville next week. Northside to finish up the regular season. And then I think you and I both agree, Springdale's going to be looking at a first-round playoff game, probably against Little Rock Christian. That seems to be where that is trending. So A.J. will tee it up. Back deep for the Purple Dogs. It's Kendrick Williams. He's number 4, and it looks like Kenyon Johnson, number 12. He'll be to the top of the screen. So,
and we're still looking for a sponsor for touchbacks.
still looking for an A.J. Woods sponsor.
That's right.
A.J.'s comes to the football, and we are underway. It's going to be a short kick into that breeze. Comes down at the 5. It's Kendrick Williams with it. Williams, 25-yard line across the 30, still going up to about the 35, 36-yard line, and that's where Fayetteville will start the ball game. Hank Hendricks is your quarterback. Your running back is Terrence Garden and or Caleb Johnson. They will flip those two. The guy to keep an eye on offensively is number 1, Katavian Taylor. For Springdale defensively, Bien Lolan, he's the nose tackle. Junior Rodriguez, Winton Cabin, those are your defensive tackles. Shempal Easton Hahn on the inside. Yandel Sanchez, Nathan Kumtak on the outside. Will set the secondary after this play. So this is the first play of the ball game. Hendricks is in the pistol. Play fake, Hendricks to throw. Plenty of time. Now he's going to roll right. He's got nothing but green turf in front of him. 40-yard line, going to get out of bounds after an 11-yard pickup. And that is how the ball game will start. A Hank Hendricks 11-yard run.
You know, and you talked about him earlier being a 4-star. And those are things that he sees green grass. Receivers are covered. He just takes it, gets what he can. And here they go, lining back up again.
Lining up fast. It's a 10-yard pickup up to the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. It's a swing pass near side. This is Johnson with it, 50-yard line into Springdale territory, 45-40. Going to run out of bounds inside the 40-yard line, and that is their offense.
Yeah.
They're going to swing it, screen, and then they're going to take a shot deep.
Yep, that's exactly what they want to do. And the thing is, you're going to look at, perimeter blocking there, and you can see there, and it looks like our sideline's looking for, holds and things, but, it's happened so fast sometimes you just don't get that.
That is a first down. Same play, different side. This is Caleb Johnson out in the flat. Jed Wallace, the only Springdale defender out there. Nice play by Jed.
Good job making a tackle. That's important, too, because if you miss the tackle, there's probably not anybody waiting on him.
It'll be a couple of yards down to the 36. Caleb Johnson's second reception of the ball game. And now you've got 2nd down and 8. Hendricks in the shotgun. Johnson alongside. Springdale shows blitz. Here they come. This is Johnson. No, it's Hendricks with it. No, Johnson with it. Sorry, lost sight of the football. Caleb Johnson straight ahead into the middle of that Springdale defense.
Yeah, we had a linebacker kind of get tangled up right there. I think it was Shempal. Lost his balance right there. And the running back had to kind of break and jump stop to the other side. So
it's a 3-yard pickup down to the 33-yard line.
Big play right here.
They're going to try a reverse. This is Kenyon Johnson. Johnson's got first down yardage inside the 30, and we've got did I see a flag go down?
Yep.
So we'll wait and see about the flag.
And I saw Hahn hold his hand up, and he got the flag thrown. So it looks like it's a hold.
So let's see what the call is. Yeah, Fayetteville's moving backwards. No call from the referee yet. So the foul's against Charles Whitlow. That'll back him up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Springdale will catch a break there on 3rd down. It'll move them back to the 41-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 13. Hendricks in the pistol, 3 wide receiver set. Here's Hendricks. Springdale rushes 5. Hendricks now under pressure.
Oh, man. Had him contained.
Inside the 40, still going, and I think he's going to be real close to first down yardage. Let's see where they mark him out.
The official marked him out right there, so he got about 3 or 4 out of that.
All right, so the Springdale defense gives up just a couple. Ball going to be placed at the 37. It's going to bring up 4th down. Hendricks in the shotgun, 4 wide receiver set. Springdale jumps off sides.
I was just going to say, they're probably going to try to get a quick 5
encroachment,
right here.
defense number 7.
And that's
5-yard
just discipline.
penalty.
Watch the
Still
football,
4th down.
be smart, and those are things you can't do. And those are the penalties that we talked about last week and kind of the weeks before. Those are the things that kind of put us behind, and we got to get those corrected.
So it's still 4th down. The line to make is the 28. We'll call it 4th down and 5. Hendricks in the shotgun. Springdale shows blitz. Shempal backs out of it. 10:21 to go here, first quarter. Hank Hendricks with the football. Springdale blitzes pass complete far side. It's Katavian Taylor, first down Fayetteville.
Wow. Good job there, but, the penalty cost them 5 more yards,
Sure
and
did.
I think that was the difference in that play right there. And those are things we just got to get cleaned up, and the coaches know that, and the players, like I said, they got to make those plays.
Going to put it down at the 27-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10 for Fayetteville. Hendricks hands to Johnson. Johnson trying to get outside. Easton Hahn's there, going to run him out of bounds. Another tackle for loss for Easton Hahn. Read that one nicely.
Great job right there. And they practice this at practice. I've seen, I know Coach Middleton, and it's called a string out drill. And that's exactly kind of what you saw there. They pressed it up and pressed it to the sideline and just strung him out all the way to the sideline. Good job.
2-yard loss back to the 29-yard line. Brings up 2nd down, 12. Clock stopped, 9:57 to go here, first quarter. Hendricks alone in the shotgun, empty set. Pass complete near side. And slipping down at the 29-yard line. I believe that's Gio Singliani. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. Turf Monster got him at the 29,
Yeah,
Coach.
We like a little tackle by self-tackleization.
We'll take that. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. Clock moving here, 9:33 to go. Fayetteville's opening drive. Hendricks in the shotgun, has Johnson alongside. Here's Hendricks to throw. Pump fake to the right. Now slips down, and they're going to say he did not get knocked down. Hendricks rolling right, fires. Got a man wide open at the goal line, pass caught, touchdown Fayetteville. No, he knocked it out.
Oh, no, they didn't call interference.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought I thought he got there about the time the ball got there. I thought it was a really good recovery for us. That was amazing.
Let's see if we can take a look at this here while they sort this one out.
Wow.
So they're going to call pass interference. That's a 15-yard penalty.
It's going to give them a first down by nope, they're going to be 1 short, I think.
Pass interference, defense number 40.
It's going to be 1.
Half
They
the
got it by
distance to
1
the goal
yard.
from the
It's gonna be
previous
the first
spot
down.
results in a first down.
I thought, like I said, I thought we did a really good job recovering on that and getting to the ball.
Looks like they're going to put it down at the 17.
Man.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Fayetteville.
And that goes back to quarterback did a really good job just kind of avoiding all that and getting out of the way. So
now we've got more whistles and more discussion.
they're moving it
Yeah,
back up to,
it actually should have gone down to the 14 because the line of scrimmage was the 29. So they'll move it 3 yards forward down to the 14-yard line. That'll be a 1st and 10 for Fayetteville. This is Kenyon Johnson trying to get outside. Breaks 1 tackle. Doesn't get much further down to about the 12-yard line.
good string out right there. We got to have the backside help filling in right there. And I thought the guys that strung it out did a really good job, and he was able to cut back and get a couple of yards there.
2-yard pickup by Johnson brings up 2nd down and 8. Hendricks has Caleb Johnson alongside. 2nd down and 8 for Fayetteville. Here's Hendricks, pass. Caught by Kenyon Johnson at the 6, touchdown Fayetteville.
Boy, that and I know you saw where that kid caught the ball just about off the turf right there.
Yeah.
And quarterback put it where the defensive guy had no chance at it.
So Fayetteville's drive goes 10 plays, 63 yards. The last bit coming from Kenyon Johnson. Nice catch there by Kenyon Johnson. And now the swinging gate. Fayetteville likes to do this stuff on the 2-point plays. Here's Hendricks, fires pass, far side. He's going to walk into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and Fayetteville leads 8-0. 8:42 to go first quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
I am the March 2024 Springdale Spotlight winner.
The February 2024 winner of Springdale Spotlight.
I was the winner of the May 2024 Springdale Spotlight.
I'm the Springdale Spotlight winner of summer 2024.
Use the hashtag Springdale Family when posting about the great things happening in our school.
You could win a prize pack just like this.
So don't forget, take it and tag it.
And you may be the next winner.
Hashtag
Springdale
Family.
Fayetteville scoring drives, 10 plays, 63 yards. Kenyon Johnson with the touchdown reception. And now Springdale gets the football for the first time. We talked about this being a high-scoring game. You just want to keep, within range. One score,
Exactly.
Keep it within one score.
Well, like you said, we got to answer.
Got to answer on this drive. So much, just for the momentum. Keep
Exactly.
keep the defense on the sidelines.
Yep.
Ethan Farthing will have it teed up. Fayetteville's had some kicking issues in the extra point game and the field goal game. They're not as rock solid as Springdale is with A.J. Woods. So
that's probably why they went for 2.
Probably.
Of course, now you're chasing points.
Back deep for the Dogs, Jacoby Mason, DJ Manuel, and Aaron Casados. Springdale looking to get the football for the first time. Farthing gets into it with the wind. We'll go into the end zone for the touchback, and Springdale will bring the offense out. Wilder Larice is the tailback. Lyle Sampson will be the slot back. Rancel Oriana is the fullback. Carson Hayter, of course, and quarterback. Orion Leatu is your wide receiver. Easton Hahn is your tight end. Across the front, Kyler Ingram, Angel Cruz, Jay Edmond, Hayden Hull, and Sebastian Torres. So this will be Springdale's first play of the ball game. They had a good start to the Rogers game, just couldn't sustain it.
Right.
Going to need a lot more tonight against the Fayetteville Bulldogs. Carson Hayter will be in the pistol. He's got Rancel Oriana right behind him. Carlos Hernandez has checked in at the tight end spot. Here's Rancel. Breaks one tackle, still going.
Well, I'll tell you what, at 230, he's just pounding 6. That's a strong 6 yards right there.
He's also nimble.
Yes.
Nimble enough to stay on his feet. They're going to give him 6 up to the 26, and I think Springdale will take that play
every time,
all night long.
We talked about the yardage after contact last week, and that right there just showed, and you got another back with Wilder at 215.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be second down and 4. Wilder Larice is alongside. Snap is low. Carson's going to take it, head right into the middle of that Fayetteville defense. Not much there. Looks like maybe the 28.
Well, I think
before he got pushed back.
Yeah, I think what Carson did, the ball kind of dribbled back to him, and he just had to kind of get what he could. And I don't think that was the designed quarterback in the middle. I just think he just tried to make some positive yards out of it. At least we got a yard or 2 out of that.
Low snaps have been an issue here lately.
Right.
We've seen it a couple of times. This is going to bring up 3rd down and 2. Springdale on the year 38% on 3rd downs. This one a huge one as they empty the backfield. Here's Hayter on the power. With room, Carson, first down yardage, 35. Carson Hayter across the 40, pushed out of bounds, first down Springdale.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I like Carson right there. There was 0 hesitation in that play at that point. I mean, he got the ball and he was gone, and nobody could touch him. Did you see that?
Will Price was the purple dog that ran him out of bounds. 1st and 10 for Springdale. They'll move the football to the 44-yard line. Clock stops, 7:27 to go here in the first quarter. This is Springdale's first possession of the ball game. So far 3 plays and 24 yards on this drive. This is 1st and 10. Carson keeps it, and he's going to get past the 45-yard line. And not much more.
Yeah, that time it did look like a quarterback follow there, and they just kind of, the front line just kind of stalemated us up front, kind of
gave him a yard on the play, and now it'll bring up 2nd down and 9. And you run this offense. This is an offense you want to stay ahead of those sticks.
Yes.
You want 3 and 4 yards,
Yes.
not 1 yard or less.
First down's huge. Down's huge.
So this will be 2nd down and 9. Clock running, 6:58 to go here in the first quarter. 8-0. 8-0 Fayetteville. Here's Carson on the pitch. He's got Albert Burge with room, 50-yard line. Albert's got room, 40, 35, 30. Albert Burge inside the 25, first down Springdale.
Wow. I just witnessed an official, after we broke out in the open, he then throws the flag for holding. I just witnessed it. He didn't throw the flag when it happened. He waits till Albert gets down the field and then throws the flag.
So we'll see where they mark this off from.
Wow.
The gain was down to the 24-yard line. That's going to come back.
Going to give us still the first.
Yeah, Springdale will have the first down. They'll mark it off from the 34.
Wow.
So it'll negate about 20 yards gained by Albert on that play. So Albert gives Springdale the first down at the Fayetteville 44. Dogs will start here. They'll drop down into the flex bone. Carson on the load option. Carson going to get close to the 40-yard line. Good strong run there by Carson, and Springdale sort of taking their time here and methodically moving down the field.
Yeah, that's what you want. Exactly what you want. So
it's a 3-yard pickup down to the 41-yard line.
You know, and the offense that we run is kind of multiple. So, you know, you can keep them in, you can spread them out, and we're still, you know, when we spread them, we can zone, we can pitch. And so it is kind of multiple, even though we can do kind of what we want to out of it.
Second down, 7 yards. Line to makes the 34. Carson in the pistol. Wilder in motion. Ransell straight ahead, powering his way across the 35-yard line, close to first down yardage.
Wow, I thought we had it.
I think they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, he got it. No doubt.
Springdale, nice response here on their first drive. They're going to move the sticks.
You know, that's something, you know, you kind of talked with as well, as their defense was kind of something they kind of holding back because they're not, and some starters may be out on that side of the ball. So it's going to be real important. 1, we answer. 2, we just keep our defense off the field.
So it's 1st and 10 for Springdale at the 34-yard line. 5:18 to go here in the first quarter. Springdale will shift. Easton Hans, your tight end. Wilder Larice in motion. Here's Ransell straight ahead, 30-yard line, still powering his way down near the 25.
Awesome.
Good strong run by Ransell Oriana.
Again, first down. You know, you get 8 yards on first down. I'll take that every time.
Every single time. They'll put him down at the 26.
You know, here's what I like to see, you know, because we do run that same offense. You know, you're able to see them, you know, run some things, and they've been, yeah.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We got a purple dog on the field while they tend to him. We'll come back and we'll talk about it. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
4:55 to go here in the first quarter. Springdale's got the football. Second down, and we'll call it 2.5, 3. Ball is sitting at the 27-yard line. Ransell got 7 on first down, and this has been a nice answer here. 8 plays, 54 yards, and doing it at their pace.
Exactly, and that's what you want to do. You want to make sure they play at our pace and we don't play at their pace, 100%.
So the offense comes back on the field. Carson Hayter going to go under center. They're going to go into the flex bone. Albert Burge, Wilder Larice are the running backs. That's Larice in motion. Here's Carson on the load option with room. Carson, 20-yard line, spins down near the 15-yard line. First down, Springdale.
Good job. That was a really good athletic play by Carson, and, you know, having a quarterback that is athletic like that makes it a lot easier.
Great now job. Springdale's offense starting to pick up a little bit of momentum here and put the ball at the 16-yard line. Springdale's been great inside the red zone here in 2025, scoring at an amazing, they're at about a 90% clip when they get inside the red zone.
That's pretty good.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Carson. No, it's Ransell straight ahead, still going. Wow, look at that run by Ransell Oriana all the way down to the 7-yard line. And Springdale's really got it moving here in the first quarter.
Yeah, like I said, when you got 230 pounds, you know, rumbling and stumbling, that's awesome. Then they come back with, you know, more speed with Carson and then Wilder. I mean, shoot.
4 carries, 30 yards for Ransell on this drive.
He's kind of been the staple.
He really has.
Yeah.
And they've waited for Ransell to sort of get going. 51 yards a game, well below what his standard is. 5 touchdowns on the year. This is going to be 2nd and 1 at the 7. Here's Carson on that load option. He's got room. Carson Hayter fight for the end zone. Touchdown, Springdale.
Good answer right there. Now do we go for 2 here, or we go kick it? I think we're going to kick it, and and we don't want to chase it yet. We'll just keep our score. Looks like we're going for one there. Yeah.
When you got a guy like A.J. Woods, it's automatic. You absolutely take it. So Carson goes in from 7 yards out. That is Carson's 10th rushing touchdown of 2025. AJ's extra point is on the way and good. So our new score with 3:32 to go here in the first quarter. Fayetteville 8, Springdale 7. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution. Connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post, from downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected.
The Springdale scoring drives 11 plays, 80 yards in the last 7, taken by Carson Hayter. 1-point ball game here, and now Springdale's defense going to have an opportunity here, hurt by penalties and miscues.
And I think that was kind of the response there. It was the penalties that kind of cost us two different times going down the field, both on 3rd down.
Caleb Johnson back deep for Fayetteville. AJ's got it teed up at the 40. This one into the teeth of that wind's going to come down to Williams at the 1. Kendrick Williams looking for room across the 15. Springdale's got him kind of hemmed in, had him for a second. Football's loose, and it's still loose, and Springdale's got the football at the 19-yard line. Kendrick Williams coughs it up, and Springdale's got the football.
Boy, that's huge right there. That is huge.
If we can get a look at that, Alexi, that is a heck of a play by Springdale's special teams. There you take a look at it as he comes across the 15-yard line. Who got the strip? Jed Wallace with the strip. Great play there by Jed. And Springdale now set up in terrific field position.
Raxon got the return.
You knew that was going to happen. Raxon is all around the football, but now Springdale with a golden opportunity.
Inside the 20. Wow. And with the percentage at 90% inside the red zone.
Yeah, this is a huge, huge series for Springdale's offense. As they come back out, they've got the ball 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll drop down into the flex bone. Carson Hayter is the quarterback. Ransell straight ahead with room. Ransell Oriana inside the 10, lowers his shoulder, 1st down Springdale.
Man, that's awesome right there. Ransell saw that safety, and he just pulled his shoulder down and said, I'm just going to go straight ahead.
They're going to put him down at the 6. It's a 13-yard pickup for Ransell Oriana. And Springdale right now feeling it here as we approach the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Again, both these teams 3 and 4, but we talk about the conference. Springdale 2 and 2, Fayetteville 1 and 3.
Right.
So this is going to be 1st and goal at the 6. Carson back into the flex bone. Ransell straight again. Why not? Touchdown, Springdale. Ransell Oriana from 6 yards out.
I think they're, under center, they found something that they could go with. They brought the tight end in, gave him an extra blocker on that side, and just give the ball to Ransell.
Springdale scores 2 touchdowns in about 40 seconds, and they now lead the Purple Dogs 13-8, pending the extra point from A.J. Woods.
Great job. You talked about Ransell. This may be the game
they need him tonight. Springdale so far 13 carries, 99 yards on the ground. Snaps good, kicks on the way. And it's no good. A.J. pushed it to the right, so our new score with 2:46 to go in the first quarter. Springdale 13, Fayetteville 8. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television. The Springdale scoring drive, 2 plays, 19 yards, both carries by Ransell Oriana. And Springdale leads by 5, 13-8. A.J. Woods has it teed up. Caleb Johnson.
Wow.
And Kenyon Johnson back deep, and we're going to get a timeout. So let's talk about this while we're here.
Timeout.
Springdale started like this before again, most recently against Harbor, where they raced out real quick, and then you've got to sustain that momentum.
Exactly, and they did, and if you you remember, it was special teams the same way.
Yep.
You know, we got an onside kick, and then we kicked the long field goal. Then we got a fumble, and it was just boom, boom, boom. And like you said,
this is the second guy down there, and here's the touchdown from Rancel Oriana. The first run on that drive. Love that he put the shoulder down.
Yeah.
Second play, just give it to Rancel. They have found something.
Yes.
In the run game there. Again, 13 carries, 99 yards here in the first quarter.
Yep. Well, like you said, that was kind of their little slugger, their tough run. And, you know, we got a timeout there, and I think their coaches thought we were going to do an onside, and we got a timeout. So they had to waste a timeout there. May help us later on.
Caleb Johnson and Gio Singalani is back deep. He'll be to the top of the screen. AJ's got it teed up. 2:46 to go here first quarter. Springdale with a 5-point lead. Now we wait for the referees. We get them, and here we go. AJ going to drive that one. Singalani will pick it up at 2. He fumbles it into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback for Fayetteville. So Springdale flying high right now, but now you got to buckle down and play some defense.
That's right. You know, and of course now you're up, you know, 13-8. So it's one of those situations where they're not going to change their offense.
Nope.
They're going to run. They're going to push. They're going to be fast, and it's just a matter of us getting lined up correctly, being sound, and getting to the football.
Hank Hendricks will bring the offense out. Hendricks on that first drive, very effective on that drive. 5 for 5, 34 yards, and a touchdown. First and 10, ball at the 20. Caleb Johnson's alongside. Here's Hendricks to throw. Going to screen far side. That's Katavian Taylor. Went Caven first one over there. He'll get a couple. Easton Hahn over there as well.
Yeah.
Good play there by Winton to shut that one down.
Yeah, I thought that was a good job there by Winton to eject from his end position and get out to the screen. That's a great job right there.
And they're going to give him 3 up to the 23-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Fayetteville likes to go fast. They're one of the few teams in the West that loves to go super fast, regardless of the situation. Here's Hendricks to throw. Under pressure, and he's going to be...
Oh, no.
Boy. Springdale had a shot at him back there. He's going to throw it out of bounds, incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
You know, that's one of those situations, too, where, you know, don't sling players. Make your tackle right there and try not to just sling him down. And, you know, these kids, they like to sling them down, and that just sometimes it drives those coaches. It just drives us nuts, and just make the tackle right there.
3rd down and 7. Springdale's defense on the year, 50% stop rate on 3rd downs. Need this one right here.
Huge right here, yeah.
3rd down and 7 for Fayetteville at the 23. Hendricks will throw again. He's got a man wide open, pass complete. It's going to go for a Fayetteville touchdown. Jaden Nicholson with the touchdown, 73 yards, and Fayetteville answers right back.
Yeah, that was a little mismatch there. I think they had an outside linebacker covering that outside receiver, and when they noticed the mismatch, they took advantage of it.
Nicholson goes in from 73 yards out, and back and forth we go. I think we anticipated a high-scoring game, and we'll see if Fayetteville goes for 2. They're not sending the kicking team out, so it looks like they will.
Yeah, I think you're going to see this the rest of the night if they score.
Hendricks is in the shotgun. He's got Johnson alongside. They shovel it to Kenyon Johnson, and he is not going to get there. Springdale's special teams defense plays that one well.
Yeah, Braxton stopped that really quick, and that was a good job.
So the 2-point conversion is no good. 1:54 to go here in the first quarter. Fayetteville with a 1-point lead. We'll be right back. You are watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
14-13 our score, 1:54 to go here in the quarter, the first quarter, 14-13. A lot of offense here in the first quarter, 131 total yards for Fayetteville, 99 for Springdale. And Springdale's about to get the football back with, with almost 2 minutes left.
Yep.
Back and forth we go. I think we expected this.
Yeah, and you alluded to this really early. This is going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to come down to one of the defenses stepping up and making a stop.
That is absolutely correct. Ethan Farthing has it teed up. Back deep for Springdale. Jacoby Mason, Aaron Casados, and DJ Manuel. Farthing, it's going to be a short kick. It's going to come to Casados at the 18. Aaron Casados Breaks one tackle, and he's not going to get much further.
Yep. Well, if he could have got away from that first initial slowdown from that one guy, with the speed and the quickness that he has, could have given us a pretty good return.
Average is about 21 yards per return. That one
Right.
just 4, and set Springdale up deep in their own territory with 1:48 to go here. But I don't think that bothers Springdale at all. They're just going to, they're going to do what they do.
Yep.
They found something on the right side of that offensive line, out of the
Yep.
flex bone.
Yep.
I imagine they're probably going to keep doing that.
Yeah, we call it. It's a good play to run. They're going to come right off the tackle to run that, and it's really good.
1st and 10 for Springdale. Here's Wilder straight ahead, just a power play across the 20-yard line. Good strong run there by Wilder Larice.
First down, huge. You get 5 or 6 on first down, and we talked about, first downs are the most important. And anytime you can get positive yards like that, it makes second down a lot easier.
As crazy as this sounds, that's Wilder's first carry of the ball game. It's for 5 yards. And we'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. Line to makes the 27.
Yeah, but Wilder's one of those guys, he's just, you're not sure. I mean, he runs as fast as he needs to.
That's exactly right. I haven't seen anybody catch him from behind yet. Carson will go under center. Here's Carson on that load option. Carson going to get close to first down yardage. Going to get up near the 24, so it'll be, we'll call it 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, that time they got a little penetration up front, and that's kind of what slowed Carson down a little bit. Otherwise, that's a really good play. It's quarterback keep there. They insert the slot back on the linebacker inside, and it's a really good play. It's just the old midline with the quarterback running through B gap.
It's Jeremiah Conley from Fayetteville that got the penetration, and now a big 3rd down here for Springdale to keep the chains moving. Springdale trails by 1, 14-13.
I know who I'm giving it to.
Probably 34 seems like a decent choice here. Springdale breaks the huddle. 4 seconds on the play clock. Carson in the shotgun, and Springdale's going to call a timeout with 27 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We'll take the timeout with them. 14-13 our score. We'll be right back watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation television.
Goodbye, guessing. Hello, confidence. So long, stress. Hello, security. Farewell, running to the bank. Hello, banking from anywhere. Get a quick view of your balance, lock lost debit cards, and quickly deposit checks anywhere, anytime with the highly rated Arvest Go mobile app from Arvest Bank. Goodbye, limits. Hello, possibilities.
Welcome back to Springdale. 14-13 our score. 27 seconds to go in the quarter. You'd like the timeout?
Yes, I think it was a good timeout. You got 3rd down, about 4 yards right here. You're on, deep kind of in your territory, but you've got to keep the ball right here. So that timeout is a great call, I think. Make sure we got the right play. Everybody's on the same page. Let's get the first down, keep the ball moving.
Springdale 1 out of 2 on 3rd downs so far tonight. Rancel Oriana's the deep back. Albert Burge, Orion Leatu are your wide receivers. Here's 34 with the football, and he's going to get real close to first down yardage. Let's see.
It's
really close. I think they're going to give him the first down. They sure did. So Rancel picks it up. The clock will continue to roll here. I think Springdale's content to let it run out.
Yeah, you bet. And like I said, that's, if it's short yardage, I'm giving it 34 every time.
Yeah, he's having a great night so far tonight. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Springdale's going to snap it. Here's Carson. Broke one tackle, not going to get away from the second one. And that is how the first quarter is going to end. So our score after 1, Fayetteville 14, Springdale 13. We'll be right back. You are watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation television.
Advanced Manufacturing needs you. For every 4 jobs, there's 1 applicant. Let business industry training take you to the next level. Either as a startup or as an incumbent worker, BIT has your menu.
I came to BIT to advance my skills in the electrical control field. If you want to better yourself, you need to come to business industry training.
My name is Adobe, and this is my Chick-fil-A success story. When I started as a team member, I was pretty shy and struggled with my confidence. And now, that same shy person, she owns her own Chick-fil-A restaurant.
Welcome back to Springdale as we start the second quarter. It's a 1-point ball game, 14-13 our score. It's been action-packed for a quarter. Springdale with 107 yards of total offense, Fayetteville with 131. This is a huge play here. 2nd down and 12. Springdale not great behind the sticks. You like the idea of just pounding away with Ransell.
I do. You know, they got Hahn there, put him at the tight end.
This is going to be 2nd and 12. Oriana's the deep back. Springdale with 2 wide receivers to the near side. Here comes Wilder Larice in motion. He'll back out and go the other direction. Here's Carson to throw. Got Wilder in the flat, 25, out close to the 30-yard line. He'll bring up 3rd down. Let's see where they mark this. They got a couple on that.
Looks like it.
Looks like they're going to give him the 29.
It'll still be going to be 3rd and long.
Yep, 3rd down and 8 upcoming. Springdale on the season again. 38%. They converted 2 out of 3 tonight, including the last one, which was a 3rd down and 3.
You know, when, play action, Carson maybe, they ran Carson earlier on just a straight run, and that may be something toward the field here they might try to do again with this right here.
Haters in the shotgun, Oriana alongside. Springdale go 3 wide receivers. Carson to throw. Now he's going to take off. Carson, 30-yard line, 35. He's going to be knocked down at the 31, and that's it. That's going to bring up a 4th down. So Springdale will send on the punt team. The pickup was 2. It's going to be 4th down and 6. And now you're giving the football back to a dangerous offense here that has really kind of had their way throughout the first quarter.
Right.
Back deep for Fayetteville. It's number 4. That's Kendrick Williams. A.J. Woods comes in averaging about 42 per kick. Jacoby Mason in motion. Snap is good. A.J. gets the kick away. With the wind, it's going to drive Kendrick Williams back to the 32. Take a Springdale roll. Good Springdale roll. Pull back the Purple Dogs up at the 14-yard line. Great play there by A.J. Woods. And now, Coach, we've got one of those situations here where Fayetteville got the stop they needed.
Yep, they got to stop, and we have to answer. At some point our defense is going to have to, like you said, tighten the screws down a little bit, answer the call, and we're very capable of doing that. It's just a matter of making sure we get lined up, make sure we make the plays when we need to.
That kick, a 55-yard punt, is now a career long for A.J. Woods. He seems to be setting records every single week.
Good job flipping the field.
That's exactly right. So a career long 55 is the 53 he had was at Harmon Field last year. This is Caleb Johnson straight ahead with room. Still on his feet. He's going to get out past the 30-yard line, 1st down Fayetteville.
That's a good job there by the running back. Just, he's short and kind of squatty, and we came up and just kind of hit him, and he just kind of bounced off of that and kept running.
18-yard pickup's enough for the 1st down. This will be 1st and 10 at the 32. Hendricks fires far side. That's Johnson. 35-yard line, 40. And he's going to be very close to 1st down yardage, and Fayetteville just picking up chunks.
Yeah, they get what they do. They get the offense is designed. They kind of stay in that same formation. They just line up and run the play, line up and run the screen, line up and run the ball. It's just back and forth.
They gave him the 42-yard line, so that's enough for the 1st down. So 2 plays, 28 yards, and now Fayetteville with the football at the 42-yard line. Hendricks off the play action. Going to swing it near side. It's Whitlow at the 40. Whitlow at the 30. Still going. 25-yard line. And he's going to be knocked down at the 22. It'll be 1st down Fayetteville. Fayetteville going to go right to the line of scrimmage. That play for Fayetteville sets them up just outside the red zone. 33 yards on that completion to Whitlow. Here's Hendricks. He'll fire far side. It's caught by Johnson. Johnson inside the 20. Going to be run out of bounds close to the 16.
Well, I'll tell you what, the quarterback did a good job right there. He kind of bobbled the ball, gathered it, and threw it across the long field and put it in a really good spot.
Looks like they're going to put him out at the 17. So it'll bring up 2nd down. Line to make is about the 13.5. This is 2nd down. Here's Caleb Johnson. Springdale going to run him down in the backfield for a yard loss. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Good job there by the defense, getting in the hip pocket of the pullers right there, kind of run a counter, and our defensive line just got in that hip pocket and ran him down. Good job.
So now 3rd down for Fayetteville. They are 2 out of 3 on 3rd downs tonight. Line to make again, about the 13.5. Hendricks with the play fake. Fires pass complete, run down at the 17-yard line. Who ran him down there? Marquise Coben. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Nice play there by Marquise.
Great job in position. You know, we got a rush on the quarterback, and Marquise made a great play there.
1-yard pickup. It's going to bring up 4th down. Fayetteville tonight got bailed out on a interference call on the first 4th down attempt. This is going to be 4th down and 3, and Springdale jumps off sides.
Wow. You know, those are things that, as a coach, they just drive you just nuts, you know, because you do so well. You do so well, and then you get a penalty, and it costs you.
Second time tonight, Springdale's been drawn off sides. First one led to a Fayetteville touchdown, and we'll see what this comes up with. Here's Hendricks to throw. Hendricks swings it to Johnson. Trying to get outside. He'll get inside the 10, inside the 5, down near the 3.
You know, it's one of those things, too, as a coach, and you try to tell these kids, you don't get second chances. You know, it's important. You got to be disciplined. You got to be smart and, you know, eliminate those little, unforced errors.
9-yard pickup. It's going to put the ball at the 3-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Fayetteville going to go with a power formation here. Bring in the tight ends package. This is Johnson straight ahead. He's got 1st down yardage down near the goal line. They're going to mark him down at the 1. So it's a 2-yard pickup down to the 1. Fayetteville's knocking on the door here with 8:14 to go in the half.
They'll probably just line up and do it again. Just to the other side.
This is Johnson straight ahead, and he is in for the touchdown from a yard out. Fayetteville going to extend their lead to 7 pending the extra point.
Boy, it almost looked like the left up back was moving, kind of leaning forward a little bit. They didn't call it, but, you know, and it goes back to the penalty.
So Ethan Farthing's in to try the extra point. The holder, William Woodruff. This would make it an 8-point lead at 21-13. Farthing. Kick on the way. And it's good. So our new score with 7:59 to go here in the half. Fayetteville 21, Springdale 13. We'll be right back. You are watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution. Connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post, from downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected.
The Fayetteville scoring drives, 9 plays, 86 yards. The last yard coming from Caleb Johnson on a 1-yard run. We talk about penalties. We talk about just the things that have kind of haunted Springdale all year.
Right.
So back to receive for Springdale. DJ Manuel, Jacoby Mason, Aaron Casados. Farthing's got it teed up. Springdale needs a big play here on special teams.
We do need a big play, and we need to come back with offense, get settled back down and just do what we do on the offensive side.
Farthing's kick going to come to Jacoby Mason at the 9. Mason across the 20. He's going to fight up near the 25-yard line. Going to be stopped short. Springdale will start with decent field position at about the 24-yard line. 15-yard return by Jacoby Mason. Springdale will start. This is a crucial drive here for Springdale. Not only from a get back into this, like we've been talking about all night, sort of answering, but you got to take some time off the clock. We're getting towards that middle 8 that we talk about. Springdale gets the ball first to start the second half.
But like you said too, we need to answer. That was something we kind of stopped ourselves last time, I thought.
1st and 10 for Springdale. Albert Burge, Wilder Larice are the running backs. They're going to pitch it to Wilder with room. 25-30, 35, 40-yard line. Out past the 45-yard line, 1st down Springdale.
Good run right there. I think that's a second run right there. And Man, I tell you what, the way the offense is run and multiple like that, you got to play the whole field.
Wilder comes in averaging about 101 yards per game on the ground. He's among the rushing leaders in the conference. That one, a 25-yard gain out to the 48-yard line. Clock running, 7:30 to go here in the half. It's Burge in motion. Carson pitches to Burge. Burge has room. Into Fayetteville territory. 45-40. First down, Springdale in Purple Dog territory.
Great job right there by Albert Burge.
Albert Burge, not the biggest guy, but boy, he is quick, and that's not a guy. That's a straight line guy, but you don't want to give him that.
Kind of limping a little bit, so.
Albert going to stay in the huddle.
Looks like we got Lyle coming in, maybe.
Yep, Lyle Sampson going to check in for Springdale. Burge is going to come out. Plenty of time on the play clock. This is going to be 1st and 10 at the 40. Springdale out of the flex bone. Here's Hayter with room, 35, 30-yard line down the sidelines. Going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 30 at the 26. First down, Springdale.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, that's that quarterback follow there where they insert the slot. They take the fullback as the lead blocker, so it's kind of like a quarterback ISO or a lead play there. That's a really good play. And you got speed behind with Carson, so.
Carson comes in averaging 85 yards per game. He's got 55 so far tonight. That was a 14-yard pickup, 1st and 10, Springdale. Here's Wilder. He's going to fight down to about the 25-yard line, maybe a yard pickup on that play, and it's going to bring up 2nd down. So clock continues to run here, 6:54 to go in the half. Springdale's got the football at the 25-yard line. This drive so far, 4 plays, 52 yards. They'll drop back down into the flex bone. Here's Ransell, straight ahead. Still going. Close to first down yardage. They're going to put him down at about the 19. It's going to bring up 3rd down and manageable for Springdale.
Yep.
6-yard pickup for Ransell. He's having a good night. 8 carries, 58 yards. He's got a touchdown. And now Springdale back in that 3rd and short area that they like.
Yeah, exactly. And, in this offense, that's what you want because, I think if he doesn't get it, it's 2-down territory.
Springdale 2 out of 3 on 3rd downs tonight. This a 3rd down, and we'll call it 3. Hayter with Larice in motion. Here's Oriana. 1st down, still going inside the 10. Still on his feet. Ransell, Oriana, touchdown, Springdale.
You talked about him being nimble, and that proved there. That's pretty athletic for a guy his size to be able to do those kind of things. Great
Take
job.
a look at this play right here. Ransell, Oriana, like a dancing bear. Just keeps his legs moving, fights off tacklers into the end zone, and a touchdown for Springdale.
Great run.
The Dogs now within 2 at 21-19. A.J. Woods on to try the extra point. So our new score with 5:58 to go in the first half. Fayetteville 21, Springdale 20. We'll be right back. You are watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television. Welcome back to Springdale. The scoring drive, 6 plays, 77 yards. Ransell Oriana goes in for his 2nd touchdown on the night. Now Fayetteville going to get the football back here, Coach, with 5:59 to go, 6 minutes. Springdale needs their defense to step up here.
Yeah, they need a stop right here, and it's going to be really big. The defense kind of had a chance to get some rest. Just come back and just play tough.
A.J. going to drive that one back through. Going to hit the P in Springdale in the end zone, so another A.J. Woods touchback. And now Fayetteville has not had problems moving the football here in the first half. Springdale has 190 yards of total offense on 25 plays, 22 plays for 212 yards for Fayetteville.
Right.
Not running the ball particularly well. 9 carries, 37 yards. Most of their damage has been done through the air.
Right, and that's what they want. The quarterback's done a really good job. He's kind of gotten away a couple times, pretty elusive, and he can throw the football really well.
So 1st and 10 for Fayetteville at the 20-yard line. They're going to empty the backfield. 4 wide receivers to the left of Hank Hendricks. Katavian Taylor, the receiver near side. And they're going to swing it. Pass incomplete. Who went shooting in there? That was Marquise Coben.
Marquise Coben. Yeah.
Nice play there by Marquise to break that one up. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. And this is a big drive for Fayetteville as well here. Springdale is surging a little bit. They've got to keep the momentum on their side as well.
Right.
Changes coming for Fayetteville. This is going to be 2nd down and 10. Same formation. Here's Hendricks to throw. Got a man wide open at the 45-yard line. It's Kenyon Johnson, and Springdale having problems in the secondary as Kenyon Johnson scores for the 2nd time. This one from 80 yards. And Fayetteville's back up by 7 at 28-20.
You know, and you talked about, you know, they're gonna score. They're gonna score, you know, quick if they can, and we have to be able to just line up and make sure, put them in the huddle. You know, and I think that's something that we got to make sure and put them in the huddle, and that kind of needs to be something we live with.
Kenyon Johnson tonight, 5 catches for 111 yards here in the first half as Ethan Farthing comes on to try the extra point. Farthing's kick's on the way and good. So our new score with 5:43 to go here in the half. Fayetteville 28, Springdale 20. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
5:43 to go here in the half. 2 plays, 80 yards. Kenyon Johnson with his 2nd long touchdown here, and Coach Springdale's going to have to get some things mapped out there in the secondary.
Right. You know, they had 4, you know, quads over there, and it's just a situation where communication is huge, and when you play a lot of man that we do, it's if we miscommunicate, those are things that are going to happen.
Farthing has it teed up, back deep. Jacoby Mason, DJ Manuel, Aaron Casados. This is where you might watch for that onside kick where they try and steal a possession.
Right.
Farthing gets his foot into it. It's going to come to Jacoby at the 1, fumbles the football. Jacoby picks it up at the 14. Still running. Jacoby Mason with room. Jacoby Mason to the 20, and he's going to be dragged. Still running. Jacoby Mason will not go down. He finally goes down at the 24. Man, that is an eventful 23-yard return.
And at some point, I thought he got his face mask grabbed. I thought I saw that, but may not have.
There is a lot to dissect on that play.
Yeah, that tackle was made by Palladino there. It's kind of a small world because his uncle, I coached at Magnolia, Andy Pee Wee Palladino. So, small world.
So 1st and 10 for Springdale. 5:31 to go in a half. Just something to keep an eye on. Springdale with 2 timeouts. They have used one already, used it at the end of the first quarter. This is going to be 1st and 10. Here's the pitch out to Burge. And he's going to be dragged down back at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, they kind of had that one sniffed out there and made Carson pitch a little bit earlier probably than he needed to, and they were able to string that one out and make the tackle for a loss. And, you know, we talked about being behind the sticks, and this is something we don't want to do, so this 2nd down is going to be huge to get back under the sticks there.
Will Price, the Purple Dog, with the tackle there on Albert Burge. This is going to be 2nd down and 14. Clock goes under 5 minutes to go.
You know, this is definitely a huge series, you know, being in the middle 8 that you talk about.
So 2nd down, 14. Carson's in the pistol. Here's Carson, and he's going to get knocked down. So back-to-back plays have netted them 6 yards in losses, and now a 3rd down and long. And Springdale's got to, I don't know what's in the bag, but they're going to have to come up with a 1st down here the way Fayetteville's offense is rolling.
Right.
Ball going to be placed back at the 18-yard line. .420 to go here in the half. Hayter in the shotgun. That's Wilder Larice in motion. Carson Hayter going to be tackled back at the 13. So Springdale, a disastrous drive on that particular series, and now they're going to have to kick the football back to Fayetteville.
Yeah, that wasn't. I'm not so sure that's what we needed right there. You know, you had 3 negative plays, and that one kind of put us in a hole there. So it's going to be important to this play for sure that AJ gets a really good kick, tries to flip the field a little bit for us.
AJ Woods back in punt formation, 55 yards on his first attempt. Katavian Taylor, Woodruff is back deep. No, it is Katavian Taylor back as the punt returner. Snaps a little high, AJ gets the kick away. And down he goes. No flag. Katavian Taylor will take it at the 47. Into Springdale territory. Taylor's going to be dragged down by Easton Hahn at the 45.
Got some laundry. Looks like we probably got a block in the back. Looks like on 17. We'll see. Wait and see what we get here.
We'll see what the call is. So Taylor got back to the 46 of Springdale. Now let's wait for the penalty.
During the kick, holding number 21 of the receiving team. 10 yards from the end of the kick, first down.
C.J. Bailey called for the hold. That's going to put him back at the 44-yard line. So Fayetteville will take over with 3:22 to go here in the half. It's the first carry of the night for Garden. He's going to go absolutely nowhere.
Good string out right there. That's just nowhere for him to go.
Terrence Garden on the carry. Going to lose about a half a yard. Springdale doing a nice job there. Shem Paul in there. Nathan Kumtak.
Now you're going to see that quads look, and you're going to see him just probably try to hit it out at the, fast out to the side there.
Katavian Taylor comes near side. It's a 4 wide receiver set. Aaron Casados one-on-one with Katavian Taylor. Here's Hendricks going to swing it to Caleb Johnson. To Garden. Into Springdale territory. First down yardage to the 44-yard line. It'll be first down for the Purple Dogs. It's a simple play, but it's effective.
Yeah, that's one of those things where they just want to get their, the guys that can run, get the ball to them in open space, make one guy miss, and see what happens.
So that'll give Fayetteville a first down at the 45. Garden's first catch of the ball game. Hendricks to throw. Looking for Taylor. He's going to let it fly. That's Kenyon Johnson with the catch at the 10 and incomplete. Good play there. Braxton Reshen knocked it loose.
Yeah, and what they're doing there, I kind of watched that time, and they're taking that outside back and they're crossing and making the outside linebacker play that receiver on the sideline. And they're just looking at a mismatch.
Mm-hmm.
Can my receiver, who's a skill player, outrun that linebacker?
So it's going to bring up second down and 10. Ball at the 45-yard line. Hendricks will drop back into the shotgun 4 wide receiver set. 2:21 to go here in the half. It's Johnson. They find a receiver far side. Screen pass, that's Whitlock. And he's got first down yardage. He's going to be run down by Easton Hahn. You could feel that coming. They kept running that swing, and they come back to Whitlow for the first down.
That's the thing in this offense. You got them, they're going to swing it out, run the screen, and then all of a sudden they hit you deep. And it's, they're making you play both sides of the field, the length and the width.
So it's a 1st and 10 for Fayetteville. This is Caleb Johnson. Bounces it outside 30, 25-yard line, still on his feet. Shem Paul's going to run him down. Braxton Reshen in there as well. Easton Hahn. But a good pickup there on first down. This clock continues to run here, 1:42 to go in the first half. Hendricks in the shotgun. He's got Johnson alongside. It's Kenyon Johnson in motion. Here comes Caleb Johnson straight ahead. First down yardage, 15. Inside the 15, brought down there by Braxton Reshen, but it's going to be enough for a Purple Dog first down. Fayetteville starting to find a little bit on the ground. That a 13-yard pickup down to the 14. Clock stops with 1:06 now running. As we approach the minute mark, Hendricks in the shotgun. He'll hand to Caleb Johnson. Johnson Not going to get much. Shempal there to meet him.
Good stop right there.
Going to get close to the 11-yard line. Clock still moving, 48 seconds to go. It will be about a 3-yard pickup. Caleb Johnson, this will bring up 2nd down and 7. Fayetteville can get a first down at about the 4-yard line. Hendricks to throw. Plenty of time. Surveys the field, pass complete, far side, touchdown, Kenyon Johnson.
And that was just kind of a crossing route there, and quarterback just put it in a good spot right there where only the receiver can catch it.
So Fayetteville's going to extend their lead to 14 at 34-20. Farthing will come on to try the extra point. 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Ethan Farthing out of the hold of Woodruff. Kicks on the way. And it's good, so our new score. Fayetteville 35, Springdale 20. We'll be right back. You are watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation television. .25 seconds to go here in the first half. The Fayetteville scoring drives 8 plays, 46 yards. Kenyon Johnson with his 3rd touchdown of the night. He is having himself a ball game. Kenyon Johnson, 6 catches, 122 yards in the first half, 3 touchdowns. He's been pretty good.
Yes. Yep.
So back deep for Springdale, Aaron Casados, DJ Manuel, Jacoby Mason. Ethan Farthing has it teed up. I think we're going to look at that last offensive series for Springdale and maybe circle that as a moment.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those, they want the ball right here.
And we've got
Offsides.
Flags down. So, yeah, that's going to go against Fayetteville. That'll back them up. They tried that little squib
Free kick
kick.
infraction, number 3 of the kicking team. 5-yard penalty, replay the kick.
Can report a score out of Benton County. Did I read that right? Bentonville 14, Rogers nothing?
Correct.
Okay. So Fayetteville back to the 35-yard line. Again, 25 seconds to go here. Springdale does have 2 timeouts. And they do get the football to start the second half.
That's one of the things, with 25 seconds, you want to be smart right here. Don't give them opportunity to get something back here and just be smart.
So Farthing with it teed up. Jacoby Mason standing at the 7-yard line. It's going to be a knuckleball. Springdale's touched it. Jacoby's going to pick it up at the 20. Here's Jacoby Mason across the 30, and that's as far as he's going to go, and it's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for Springdale. Rule number 1 on those sorts of things is secure the football.
Exactly. Ball security.
So Carson Hayter will bring out the offense. Springdale had it going there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Last drive, lost 15 yards and wound up having to punt, and still haven't gotten that stop on the Fayetteville offense yet. But now an opportunity here with 20 seconds to go and 2 timeouts. I don't know how much you can do.
I think you're going to be safe right here. He knows, going to get the ball the second half, and I think you're smart right here. Probably be something real safe with Rensell right off the tackle or the quarterback keeper.
So 1st and 10 for Springdale at the 30-yard line. They'll go down into the flex bone. That's Burge in motion. Here's Rensell straight ahead. He's going to get up to the 37-yard line. That looks like it may be the last play of the first half. Springdale's going to head to the locker room. They're down by 15. They'll get the ball first when we come back. Our halftime score, Fayetteville 35, Springdale 20. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation television.
Goodbye, guessing. Hello, confidence. So long, stress. Hello, security. Farewell, running to the bank. Hello, banking from anywhere. Get a quick view of your balance, lock lost debit cards, and quickly deposit checks anywhere, anytime with the highly rated Arvest Go mobile app from Arvest Bank. Goodbye, limits. Hello, possibilities.
What's the only thing better than ordering your Whataburger favorites right on your phone? Earning free Whataburger while doing it. Download the Whataburger app to get started, just like you like it.
I am the March 2024 Springdale Spotlight winner.
The February 2024 winner of Springdale Spotlight.
I was the winner of the May 2024 Springdale Spotlight.
I'm the Springdale Spotlight winner of summer 2024.
Use the hashtag Springdale Family when posting about the great things happening in our school.
You could win a prize pack just like this.
So don't forget, take it and tag it.
And you may be the next winner.
Hashtag
Springdale
Family.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution. Connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post, from downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected.
Thank you for supporting the Fuel and Feet program. I'm Cassie Lloyd, the head volleyball coach at Harbor High School, and without your help, this program would not be possible. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
My name is Brandy Davis, girls basketball coach at Central Junior High. Thank you for donating to the Fuel and Feet program. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your generosity.
All right, we're going to try that music again. Wait just a moment. We're going to try that again. Ladies and gentlemen, we're having technical difficulties, but we're going to have them fixed here in just a minute.
digits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Technology.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Springdale High School dance team.
What's the only thing better than ordering your Whataburger favorites right on your phone? Earning free Whataburger while doing it. Download the Whataburger app to get started, just like you like it.
I am the March 2024 Springdale Spotlight winner.
The February 2024 winner of Springdale Spotlight.
I was the winner of the May 2024 Springdale Spotlight.
I'm the Springdale Spotlight winner of summer 2024.
Use the hashtag Springdale Family when posting about the great things happening in our school.
You could win a prize pack just like this.
So don't forget, take it and tag it.
And you may be the next winner.
Hashtag
Springdale
Family.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution. Connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post, from downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected.
Thank you for supporting the Fuel and Feet program. I'm Cassie Lloyd, the head volleyball coach at Harbor High School, and without your help, this program would not be possible. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
My name is Brandy Davis, girls basketball coach at Central Junior High. Thank you for donating to the Fuel and Feet program. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your generosity.
hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps, hometown fresh.
Goodbye, guessing. Hello, confidence. So long, stress. Hello, security. Farewell, running to the bank. Hello, banking from anywhere. Get a quick view of your balance, lock lost debit cards, and quickly deposit checks anywhere, anytime with the highly rated Arvest Go mobile app from Arvest Bank. Goodbye, limits. Hello, possibilities.
Advanced Manufacturing needs you. For every 4 jobs, there's 1 applicant. Let business industry training take you to the next level. Either as a startup or as an incumbent worker, BIT has your menu.
I came to BIT to advance my skills in the electrical control field. If you want to better yourself, you need to come to business industry training.
Accidents are never planned. But no matter how small, every emergency that involves a child is a big deal. It's everything. That's why we're here. Arkansas Children's Northwest offers the only pediatric emergency room in Northwest Arkansas with fast access, pediatric experts, and kid-sized care. Peace of mind when you need it most.
My name is Eric Burnett. I am the Assistant Athletic Director for the Springdale School District. I am so grateful for your donations to the Fuel and Feet program. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
My name is Chris Wood, Assistant Athletic Director of the Springdale School District. It's because of the generosity of people like you, we are able to fully support the Fuel and Feet program. For this, we thank you and appreciate your help. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
On behalf of Springdale Schools Athletics, I want to say thank you.
Goodbye, paperwork. Hello, convenience. Farewell, waiting. Hello, personal service. Catch you later, dreaming. Hello, planning. Buy your dream home, connect with a personal banker, and easily schedule an appointment with digital tools from Arvest Bank. Goodbye, limits. Hello, possibilities.
I'm Jason Jones, principal at Springdale High School. Thank you for making an investment into the future of athletics in our community of Springdale. We support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
Thank you for supporting the Fuel and Feet program. I am Paul Gree, principal at Harbor High School. Without your help, this program would not be possible. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
On behalf of Springdale School Athletics, I want to say thank you.
Arkansans appreciate community. We work and raise families, care for our neighbors, and come together in good times and bad. At First Security, that local strength is what we love best about our home state. There is commitment and heart and hope. Thank you to everyone who is standing together, learning from one another, and making Arkansas a place we all love to call home. We're proud to be your community bank.
We welcome you back to Springdale with our halftime score 35-20. Fayetteville in the lead. Taking a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Coach, Springdale got off to a great start. Just wasn't able to sort of maintain that throughout the second quarter.
Right. You know, and they did a really good job. They were kind of keeping them off balance there. You can see Carson getting to the edge there and just kind of running out. And, you know, we talked about that last drive, and that was one of those where it was just, 3 negative plays, and that's something we haven't seen out of them. And I think what you're going to see is us getting back to doing what we do.
Yeah, they're going to have to. Springdale's going to get the ball first here to start the second half. And, Springdale needs to stop on defense. 348 yards of offense for Fayetteville in the first half, 288 of that through the air. Springdale with just 4 yards passing. That's not exactly what they do, but only 196 yards of total offense in the first half. This was a momentum play for Springdale where they go and they get the lead.
Right.
Ransell is going to punch it in after this 13-yard gain. I love this play right here. Puts his shoulder down, runs over a defender, and the next play, Ransell's in. And Springdale's up 13-8 at this point, and then Hank Hendricks kind of took over.
Right. And he did a great job. You can see him there. He does a good job. He throws the ball really well, puts it where it's supposed to be.
Springdale really having trouble with this particular formation. Just too many guys. They've had it happen 3 times where a Fayetteville receiver is just running free in the secondary.
Right.
And you see this here. This is Whitlow towards the end of the first half. Here's the swing to Johnson. And credit Fayetteville. I mean, this is a team that's given up a bunch of points this year, but they've also scored a bunch of points, and they are on brand so far in the ballgame. This is a 25-yard run by Wilder Larice. This was his longest of the first half. They did a nice job on Wilder. 3 carries, 31 yards. This is a guy comes in averaging almost 100 a game. Nice play here by Albert Burge. This is a guy that, as he gets older, is going to be a whole lot better. Bransell. This was Springdale's last touchdown that drew them to within a point, but then Fayetteville's defense sort of got a key on what Springdale was doing. And this guy right here, Kenyon Johnson, he's got well over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns in the first half. He's been a real problem for the Springdale secondary.
Yeah, he's the quarterback's been able to kind of sit back. They've got a little pressure, but he's had just enough to get rid of the football. So either we've got to mix up some coverage in the secondary or try to put some more pressure on the quarterback.
That was the last touchdown of the first half, which gave Fayetteville the 15-point lead at 35-20. Springdale's going to get it to start the second half. And talk me through this a little bit. Springdale's got to possess the football, and they've got to get a stop here and almost get to the point where you stop chasing.
Yeah, and exactly. And an answer right now is huge. So we got to get the ball, got to put it in the end zone, and then like you said, we've got to have the defense step up and give us a stop.
Ransell Oriana's had a great first half for Springdale. 10 carries, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns. Carson Hayter, 12 carries, 48 yards. They really haven't gotten Wilder going. Just 3 carries in the first half for 31 yards. That's a guy I think Springdale's got to get going. Have not heard anything from Orion Leatu in the first half. Really haven't thrown the ball that much.
Right.
They've attempted 2 passes, 1-for-1 passing for 4 yards. That's been it out of the Springdale passing game. We're glad to have you along here on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television. We're going to get underway here in about 90 seconds. 35-20 is our score. Thursday night football. It's the first time I've done this in my 11 years here at Springdale. First time we've done this on a Thursday night.
Yep.
It's going to be weird having Friday night off. I don't know,
Yep.
I don't know quite what to do.
We played our game last night on Wednesday night. So,
yeah, so it's everything's a little bit discombobulated. They made the decision to put this on a Thursday night yesterday, or 2 days ago, and because of the weather that's going to be coming in, apparently it's just going to pour for the next 3 days. So get the game in on a dry night here in Springdale, and get on to next week. So as we wait for these teams to break up their halftime huddles, he is Coach Robert Johnson. I'm Zach Arns, our entire SAF crew here on a Thursday night in Springdale, Arkansas. Weather's nice. It's in the
great weather.
60s.
Exactly.
You know, it's a little breeze blowing from right to left on your TV. But a perfect night for football. And hopefully Springdale can get themselves back into it here in the second half.
You know, and I think this is one of those things where you like you said too, our kids just, relax, take a deep breath. This first drive, I think, is going to be one that's going to set the tempo for the game, but it's also, I think, it's going to be huge for what's going to be decided.
Ethan Farthing has the football on the tee at the 40-yard line as Springdale sends out their return team. Looks like they're sending out the hands team. I see a Ryan Leatu out there.
Yeah.
Braxton Reschen, Alba's out there. D.L. Morton, Shempal, Sanchez, that front wall.
Yeah, and I think, and you mentioned to it earlier, they may try to do anything just to steal a
possession here. Yeah, you got the 2-possession lead, which is what you're looking for. But they have not. They've squibbed it a couple of times.
Right.
And back deep for Springdale, Jacoby Mason, DJ Manuel, and Aaron Casados. This one going to go near side and out of bounds. So Springdale will get the football with good field position.
Line,
yeah, they're going to get a nice starting position. Carson Hayter will bring out the offense.
Free kick infraction, kicking
Carson
team.
again in the first half, 12
Ball
carries,
will be placed at the 35-yard line. Roll will be first down.
10 carries, 84 yards. Springdale's run it well.
Yeah.
28 carries, 182 yards. That's right on their average at about 6.5. It's been the defense which hasn't been able to sort of get their arms around this Fayetteville offense.
Exactly. And like I said, we've talked about it all night. First downs are huge.
This is going to be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Carson Hayter will bring him out. Burge, Larice, and Oriana are the running backs. Easton Hahn will come near side at the wide receiver spot. This is 1st and 10, first play of the second half. Here's Carson. Carson will keep it, 35-40. Carson to the 45-50. Carson Hayter run out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. First down, Springdale.
That's a great run right there first, and I like the fact that Carson, he decided, hey, let's just run out of bounds. Don't take an extra shot. You don't have to have that. There's 3 guys right inside for him. Take it out of bounds, get the first down, line back up, and let's keep running the ball. Great job right there.
21 yards on the pickup will give Springdale a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now they'll go into the flex bone. Carson Hayter will go under center. This is Oriana. Ransel's going to get about 3 down to the 41.
Yep. And like we said earlier, first downs are huge, and if you can get 3.5 yards on first downs, we'll take that every time.
They're going to put it right on the 41-yard line, so it is a 3-yard pickup. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7, just underway here in the second half. Springdale trying to get this down to a 1-score game. See if they can make this an interesting second half. Hayter in the pistol. Larice, Oriana, the running backs, and a snap over Carson's head. Wilder goes back, falls on it at the 38-yard line, and that is a huge loss for Springdale.
Yeah, that's tough right there. It's going to be something now. Now you got 3rd down, and again, just tend to kind of shoot ourselves in the foot, and those are things we got to eliminate.
We're almost back at the original line of scrimmage.
Right.
Ball will be placed at the 40. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 26. Not a lot in the playbook for Springdale on this one.
Not a lot. You'd at least like to try to get at least half of it back if you could right here. We'll kind of see where it's at here. A little diamond package outside there.
Hayter fires to Leatu. He's now going to try and throw it. Now he's going to take off. Leatu's going to get up past the 40. Not much to it. And Springdale's going to have to kick the football.
Yeah, that looked like there, saw Carson coming back on this backside for maybe a double pass, and Leatu just wasn't able to, get the ball off. And
it's a 2-yard pickup. That's going to bring A.J. Woods in to kick. 2 punts tonight, 44 yards the average. Catavian Taylor will drop back deep. Clock running, 9:56 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's Casados in motion. Snap is high. AJ gets the kick away, and it's short. It's going to be batted down at the 46-yard line, and things unraveling for Springdale quickly here at the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Those are things, when adversity hits, you got to just take a deep breath, press the reset button, and go. And like you said, they kind of unravel, unfortunately, and we can't allow those things to happen. Football's a game of ebbs and flows. And they got to understand that. And when things don't go good, let's get, reset. Let's go play football.
It's a 12-yard punt. It's going to set up Fayetteville 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Hank Hendricks will bring the offense out. They'll empty the backfield. 3 receivers to the left of the quarterback. This is going to be 1st and 10. Springdale now trying to get set. Here's Caleb Johnson, returns to the offensive backfield alongside Hendricks. Hank Hendricks to throw with plenty of time. Going to throw it deep. Looking for Katavian Taylor. Pass caught at the 11-yard line. 1st down for Fayetteville.
Man, it almost looks like the quarterback just kind of throws it up and the receivers just go get it.
They're going to put it down at the 6. It's going to be 1st down and goal. It's a 48-yard gain on the first play of the second half for Fayetteville, and now the Purple Dogs looking to make this a 3-score lead. Hendricks in the shotgun. Caleb Johnson alongside. Hendricks now running near side. He's going to throw that one away. That looked like a busted play from the get-go.
Yeah.
That one goes incomplete. We'll bring up 2nd down and goal. Hendricks tonight, 17 out of 21, 336 yards, 4 touchdowns. He has lived up to that 4-star billing. Clock stopped, 9:09 to go here in the 3rd quarter. This is 2nd and goal. Here's Hendricks to throw. No pressure. Now he floats left with plenty of room. Hank Hendricks is going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. So Hank Hendricks goes in from 6 yards out. It's a 3-play drive, and Fayetteville has stretched the lead to 21.
And you mentioned, they can score fast, and they're going to try to line up quick and do that, and that's what you're seeing right now. And defensively, we got to make some plays, and offensively, we can't put our defense in a position to do that.
Farthing in to try the extra point. And our new score with 8:59 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Fayetteville 42, Springdale 20. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
Sometimes a dream car has nothing to do with horsepower or performance.
My dream car is the one that gets me to my job every day. The one that lets me help a friend in need.
I didn't think I had the credit. My credit score wasn't that good. But Carmart believed in me.
They believed in me. My dream car, a 2016 Nissan Sentra. What's yours?
America's Carmart. You keep the dream, and we'll keep you on the road.
Scoring drives 3 plays, 54 yards. Hank Hendricks goes in from 6 yards out. Springdale now finds themselves down by 22. And Coach, bad snap. You get the long run on the first play of the second half. Everything's looking like you're moving in the right direction. You get the bad snap, and things just sort of unravel.
Exactly, and one play, and it's just one of those things. Our kids have to be able to overcome those things.
Farthing has it teed up. End-over-end kick's going to come to Jacoby Mason at the 5. Mason across the 20 with room, and he's going to be dragged down at about the 27-yard line. Springdale will start with good field position out at the 20. Looks like they're going to put him down at the 26. So that's where Springdale will start. And, Coach, you've been in this spot. What are you telling your kids?
Hey, again, press the reset button, do what we do, get back to what we're doing, eliminate the mistakes, and just line up and play football.
Carson Hayter going to bring the offense out. He'll have Larice and Oriana behind him. Albert Burge will come near side. Orion Leatu to the top of the screen. They're not even covering him. There they go. They send the guy onto the field. Here's Carson with the pitch. Not much on that right side. Close to the 30-yard line goes Wilder Larice. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Wasn't much, but it's positive yards on first, and those are things we got to do. Got to have positive yards. We got to answer right here. We have to.
2-yard pickup up to the 29-yard line. Bring up 2nd down. Clock running, 8:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Springdale in the flex mode. Here's Hayter. Trying to find some room. He's going to be dragged down back near the original line of scrimmage. It'll be a 2-yard loss. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Fayetteville, credit them. They've struggled to stop the run. They've struggled to stop the pass, but they've done a nice job tonight with this Springdale run game, especially at the point of attack on that defensive line.
Right, they have. They've done a lot better than kind of we anticipated, and a lot of it's just the fact that they're running to the football.
Yeah, this is going to be 3rd down and 9. Springdale tonight on 3rd downs, 3 out of 6. Here's Hayter. Hayter looking for anybody. Finds Easton Hahn incomplete. Had him.
Yep.
Couldn't come down with it, and Springdale's going to have to punt the football.
Well, that was a good play call right there. If he could just get it to him right there, that's a.
So in comes A.J. Woods to kick. Springdale's first 2 drives have resulted in a net 7 yards of total offense, and now second punt coming up. Katavian Taylor drops back. He's got his feet at the 35-yard line. Now he's backing up a little bit. AJ's last punt just 12 yards, well below his average, but not necessarily his fault. Snap was a little bit high. That's Casados in motion. AJ gets the kick away. Taylor going to field it. Nope, he's going to let it hit at the 37. It'll take a Springdale roll and go out of bounds at the 30.
Got some laundry on the field. I'm not sure what that might be.
So we'll wait and see. The ball went out of bounds at the 30 and a half. We'll call it the 30-yard line. Let's see what the call is. Discussion going on at the 37-yard line. So Springdale's going to get called for a hold.
That's kind of weird. I don't know that on a punt coverage, I've seen an offensive hold when they're running downfield.
So they're over there talking to Fayetteville head coach Casey Dick to see what he wants to do. They've sent the offense out. And here's the call.
Holding on the receiving team, number 21. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. It will be first down.
Okay, so it was on Fayetteville.
I was fixing to say, yeah.
Just signaled the wrong way. All right, so there you go. Now that feels a little bit better. So they'll put the ball back at the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Fayetteville. Hank Hendricks is in the pistol. Caleb Johnson behind. Here's Hendricks to throw. Under pressure, gets away from Marquise Coben. Looking for Katavian Taylor, incomplete. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Score out of Rogers in what's becoming, I guess you could call it a championship game of sorts. Yep. Bentonville leads Rogers 24-7.
You know, that time we did a good job with the receivers. We got a little pressure on the quarterback, made him throw, and you saw what happened. It's just, tighten it down right here. If we can get a stop right here, get them a chance to punt, it'd be huge for our
Hendricks
defense.
is a little bit quicker than he looks.
Yes.
He's maybe more elusive than he looks.
Exactly.
He can get away from you. This pass, Kenyon Johnson's wide open at the 20-yard line. And that's just a simple screen.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he's throwing the ball across the field and putting some zip on it.
They're going to mark him out at the 29-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Kenyon Johnson, they've run that play probably a dozen times, and Springdale just doesn't have an answer for it. Here's Johnson into the middle of that Springdale defense. He's not going to get there. Bien Lolan, the first one to make contact. Junior Rodriguez getting up off the pile, so it's going to bring up 4th down and 1.
Watch your hard count right here. They're going to bring their heavy set in, looks like, and watch a hard count, and this is huge.
Yeah, Springdale's jumped twice tonight. See the middle of that Springdale defense. Jake Lennon there, Bien Lolan, Junior Rodriguez. They're going to go. Caleb Johnson. 1st down yardage. Maybe. They're going to give it to him at the 31.
Yeah, he got a good lean there at the first right there and just couldn't.
It's going to be a 2-yard pickup. It'll bring up a 1st down for Fayetteville, so they go for it on 4th and 1 in their own end. They picked up 20 first downs tonight. They haven't run the ball particularly well. 16 carries, 68 yards. Springdale's done a nice job there. It's just been the passing game, which has really hurt Springdale.
Right.
5:50 to go third quarter. 22-point lead for Fayetteville. Hendricks will throw. Pass complete to Johnson. Good tackle there in the secondary, racks and Resham, but it's going to be enough for the Fayetteville first down. So put him down at the 41. 10-yard pickup for Kenyon Johnson. Johnson tonight, 8 catches, 141 yards. Now Fayetteville will empty the backfield. They'll go 4 wide receivers to the near side. Hank Hendricks to throw. Looking for Katavian Taylor. Got him at the 25-yard line. First down, Fayetteville.
You know, that's a situation that's one of our best D-backs with DJ. And he just kind of got past him a little bit. And quarterback put the ball right where he needed to put it.
42-yard pickup gives Fayetteville a first down at the 17-yard line. Clock running, 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Hendricks directing traffic, moves Caleb Johnson to his right. This is Johnson straight ahead, 15-yard line, 10, inside the 5. It's going to be first down, Fayetteville.
You know, right now they're in a situation where kind of Fayetteville's kind of doing what they want to do right now.
Yeah, they're resetting the line of scrimmage. They've kind of gotten stronger as the game's gone on here. Clock running here, 4:25 to go. This is first and goal at the 7. This is Johnson. Off that left side, going to get inside the 5.
Good string out there by Easton.
Let's see where they mark this one. Looks like they're going to give him the 3, so it's a 4-yard pickup. Make that second and goal. Springdale defense looking to stand tall here. You see Gavin Jones has checked in. Young sophomore that Coach Brett Hobbs likes a lot. Going to need to play big here. Now they're going to go shift the entire offensive line to the left. And this is Hendricks trying to get to the end zone. Hendricks going to walk in for another score. And his second rushing touchdown is going to give Fayetteville a 48-20 lead. So Ethan Farthing will come on to try the extra point.
Man.
Woodruff will hold. 3:40 to go here in the third quarter. Snap's good. Kicks on the way. And it's good. So our new score with 3:40 to go here in the third quarter. Fayetteville 49, Springdale 20. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
The Fayetteville scoring drive's 9 plays, 70 yards. Hank Hendricks with his second rushing touchdown of the night gives Fayetteville now a 29-point lead. At one point, Springdale led this game 13-8. And Fayetteville has they've gotten their arms around Springdale's offense, and then the offense of the Purple Dogs has just kept clicking.
Yeah, you know, and that's something we got to turn around and get the offense back going again. And with 3:40 left, we got to do a good job on the offense. And that's kind of, right now, it's kind of put us in a position where we can't get things going again.
This is Jacoby Mason. He's going to get out past the 25-yard line. He'll be knocked down at about the 27, and that's where Springdale will start their next possession. This 2 second-half possession so far, not much offense generated for Springdale, and got to get something going here if you're going to have any hope getting back into this one.
That's right.
So they'll put it down at the 27. Ends up being a 17-yard return for Jacoby, and now Carson Hayter brings the offense out.
You know, this is point 2 where you want to look at, you know, body language of those players. You know, and our body language got to stay the same. We got to keep our leaders, got to keep moving them around, and this is a chance right here where Carson as a quarterback can step up and do that.
So Springdale 1st and 10 at the 27, 3:33 to go here in the third quarter. Hayter's going to throw. Looking for Easton Hahn. Pass caught at the 47. First down, Springdale.
Good job right there. I think he got a cramp again. So
Easton Hahn, the team's leading receiver, comes down with that one. Springdale will be set up at the 43-yard line with a first down. Easton on the year, that is his 15th reception. That one good for 30 yards. Gives Springdale a 1st and 10 at the 43. 1st and 10 for Springdale. Here's Hayter. He's going to lose 4 yards back to the 47. That Fayetteville defense starting to get a push up front.
Well, and that's one I think they kind of blitzed that A-gap right there, and we didn't get a block on that lineman there. I don't know if our eyes weren't where they needed to be, and just didn't get him blocked and got penetration.
They're going to say forward progress was stopped at the 45-yard line, so it's a 2-yard loss. Brings up 2nd down and 12. This is going to be Hayter in the shotgun, Larice alongside, Rancel Oriana's the deep back. Carson lost the football, and I think Fayetteville's got it at midfield.
You know, I've seen several people lose their footing tonight, both sides.
Ryan Leatu came up with that.
You know, and that's usually and this is kind of where we practice every day, and that's even our own kids are kind of slipping on the field.
Yeah, there's been some loose
Both
footing.
sides, yeah.
I mean, there's no
Both
moisture
sides.
in the air. Yeah, we've seen some guys go down, so that's certainly something to keep an eye on. This is going to be 3rd down and 16. And Ryan Leatu, I want to point that out, came up with the loose football there. Ryan seems to find.
That's good.
Seems to find the football.
Hey, right now we need a play to keep it moving, and that might have been it for us.
Play clock's down to 4. Springdale's going to have to hurry. This is Oriana straight ahead. He's going to get back near the original line of scrimmage. Looks like the 45, so he'll get 4 on that. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 12.
I think you're going to see us go for it here. You know, it's with the situation with kind of how Fayetteville's been putting points on the board. It gives us another possession, and I think, you know, this is what we'll see here.
Oriana tonight, 12 carries, 91 yards. He's had a nice night, 2 touchdowns. Now Springdale going to break the huddle here with 10 seconds on the play clock. Out of the pistol is Carson Hayter. And we're going to get a timeout. 53 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back to watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation television.
My name is Adobe, and this is my Chick-fil-A success story. When I started as a team member, I was pretty shy and struggled with my confidence. And now, that same shy person, she owns her own Chick-fil-A restaurant.
What's the only thing better than ordering your Whataburger favorites right on your phone? Earning free Whataburger while doing it. Download the Whataburger app to get started, just like you like it.
Welcome back to Springdale. 53 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Springdale looking at a 4th down and 12. We'll see if the offense comes back on the field. Looks like they're going to send them back out. So trying to convert here on 4th down. On the year, Springdale converting at about 23% on 4th downs. This feels like it's got to be a Ryan Leatu. Haven't targeted him yet in the passing game.
And he's kind of a big kid with a chance at a 50-50 ball, and for us, that'd be huge.
4th down and 12. Carson Hayter. Pass caught at the 38. It's going to be well short of a 1st down. Albert Burge comes down with it. Springdale's going to turn over the football.
Yeah, he was open in the middle like that, but it's one of those where you got to get to the chains. Kind of a change +2.
Please reset the game clock to 46 seconds.
Get there.
It's a 7-yard pickup. It's going to come up 9 yards short. Fayetteville's going to get the football back here with 38 seconds to go. Fayetteville tonight, 482 yards of offense. 397 of that has been through the air. Hank Hendricks will bring Fayetteville's offense back onto the field. He'll have Terrence Garden alongside. He's the running back. And this will be 1st and 10. That's Katavian Taylor in motion. They'll fake it to him. Here's Garden on the delay. Springdale's got that one wrapped up nicely. It's going to be about a yard loss back to the 37. Springdale defends that one nicely. We'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Garden started the game last week against Bentonville. He's got about 370 yards on offense this year rushing. This is going to be 2nd down. Hendricks to throw with time. Now directing traffic. Hendricks fires, looking for Katavian Taylor. We're going to get interference on Jacoby Mason.
Wow.
And Jacoby had a hold of him. They let the first one go. I think they got him on the second tug.
Pass interference, defense number 8. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. First down.
It's going to put it at the 48 of Springdale. It'll be a first down. Springdale tonight, 4 penalties, 51 yards. That one costly because it gives you a first down on an incomplete pass. 11 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hendricks hands to Garden, trying to get to the left side. With room, 45-40, first down yardage. Fighting his way down inside the 35 and a first down. Put it down at the 35.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter.
It's a 13-yard pickup, and that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Our score, 49-20. Fayetteville in the lead. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post, from downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected.
Welcome back to Springdale, 49-20 as we start the 4th quarter. He's Robert Johnson, head coach at George Junior High. I'm Zach Arns. Glad to have you along here. Thursday night football.
Yep.
Something we haven't, I've never done. This is the first time for me in my 11 years here at Springdale, moving a game to a Thursday night.
Yeah, and a lot of times, a lot of conferences toward the end of the game, they'll play on Thursday so they can go see following teams on Friday.
1st and 10 for Fayetteville at the 35-yard line as we start the 4th quarter. Hank Hendricks in the pistol. Springdale shows blitz. This is Garden off the left side. He's going to get down close to the 30-yard line. Jacoby Mason with the tackle. Fayetteville has run the ball much better here in the second half.
Yeah, and it's one of those situations where, you know, a team has done a good job with the passing, and it just kind of opens up the rest of the field.
2nd down, 6 yards to go. Hendricks rolls right. Pass caught. First down yardage inside the 25-yard line. That's Jaden Nicholson. And Fayetteville will move the sticks again. Put him down at the 25. That'll be enough for the Purple Dog first down, and clock will stop with 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Next week, Springdale's on the road at Bentonville. And they'll finish up back here at Gerald Williams against Northside. Hendricks to throw. Chased out of there by Shem Paul. Hendricks going to throw it into the crowd on the far side, incomplete, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Shem with good pressure there.
Yep.
They've gotten pressure. They just haven't been able to get him on the ground. No sacks tonight for Springdale.
Yep. He's done a really good job getting away, and just, you know, the receivers, and we talked about that earlier, he's got some tools to work with outside.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line. Kenyon Johnson and Whitlow come near side. Now they're going to move some folks around. Guy to watch is Katavian Taylor at the top of the screen. Here's Hendricks. They hit Taylor, can't hang on to it. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
You know, that's one of the few plays that they hadn't kind of converted on right there, and that's just a simple throw and catch screen right there, little tunnel fast screen, and just drop the ball.
Taylor tonight, 4 catches, 98 yards. is yet to find the end zone tonight. And this is going to be 3rd and 10 for Fayetteville on the night. Fayetteville just 1 out of 4 on 3rd downs. They've converted several 4th downs. And now we're going to get a timeout. 11:19 to go in the ballgame. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
First charge timeout of the half.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Fayetteville facing a 3rd down and 10 at the 25-yard line. 1 out of 4 tonight on 4th downs. They try a reverse. This is Whitlow back to Hendricks. They're going to try and set up the screen to Kenyon Johnson. Easton Hahn is there to blow it up.
Shocker, he's there.
Yep, Easton Hahn not fooled at all. Why you would run that spot in you run that play in that spot is going to bring up a 4th down and 16.
And I think that's, a lot. I mean, you see Fayetteville at 3 and 4, and I think because of some of those things they do, instead of just doing what they can do, they don't need that kind of stuff, and good job by
They're going to go for it on 4th down, and we're going to get a timeout.
Springdale, second charge timeout of the half.
10:44 to go in the ballgame. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
Thank you for supporting the Fuel and Feet program. I'm Cassie Lloyd, the head volleyball coach at Harbor High School, and without your help, this program would not be possible. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
My name is Brandy Davis, girls basketball coach at Central Junior High. Thank you for donating to the Fuel and Feet program. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your generosity.
Fayetteville facing a 4th down and 16. Hank Hendricks going to bring the offense out. They'll go trips to the top of the screen. Caleb Johnson is the running back. Springdale going to show 4-man pressure, maybe 5, maybe 6. Shem Paul's leaning forward. Here comes 4-man rush from Springdale. Hendricks fires, pass, broken up nicely there. Marquise Coben, nope, check that. Nathan Kumtak breaks it up, and Fayetteville is stopped for the first time tonight on 4th down.
That's a good job there. Defense needed it. It's obviously would have liked that a lot earlier, but you know what? We'll take that right now, get the offense, and just do what we do, put some points on the board, and let's get back to doing what Springdale's capable of doing.
10:39 to go in the ball game. Springdale's going to bring the offense back out. Haven't done a lot here in the second half. Springdale was rolling there for a period there in the first half. Just haven't been able to solve this mystery that is the Fayetteville defense here in the second half. This is going to be 1st and 10. Ball's at the 31-yard line. Carson pitches to Albert Burge. He's got room, 35-40. 45, Albert still going near midfield. First down, Springdale.
Good job right there.
Albert's playing a bigger role in this offense. We saw Lyle Sampson the last couple of weeks, but Albert's he's not only part of the offense, he's touching the ball and making plays.
Exactly, and that's something that this offense is able to do just because of the, being able to be multiple.
17 yards on the play. Albert tonight, 4 carries, 36 yards for the sophomore. This is 1st and 10. This is Wilder with room. Wilder Larice trying to set up a block. He's going to get first down yardage into Purple Dog territory close to the 40-yard line.
He was trying to read the block there. You could see him kind of making a decision and trying to read that block there, and he got his first down, and that was important. And just keep it moving.
10-yard pickup for Wilder. Gives him 5 carries, 43 yards tonight. Very quiet night for Wilder Larice, the team's leading rusher coming into tonight.
Well, yeah, we just got to be positive right here. You know, first downs, and put the ball in the end zone and see what happens.
1st and 10 for Springdale at the 42. This is Larice again. Trying to get to the outside. Stiff arms Will Price. Not going to get there. It's going to be about a half a yard loss, maybe a yard. Looks like they're going to put him down at the 43. Good play there by Will Price, the linebacker from Fayetteville, to track down Wilder, who, as you pointed out in the first half, not a guy you can easily track down.
No, he's not. And that time they kind of strung us out a little bit towards the sideline. I think right here, I think you'll see Ransell try to get some positive yards right here.
2nd down 11 for Springdale. You called it. Ransell Oriana straight ahead. Not much there. Going to get to about the 41. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Ransell tonight, 13 carries, 93 yards. This is going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Springdale tonight on 3rd down, just 3 of 8. They came in at about 36%. Just a tick under that, and this is a big one here on 3rd down and 9. Hayter in the pistol with the play fake. Hayter throws, pass got knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up 4th down. I'd imagine this is go for it territory.
Yeah.
9:07 to go here in the ball game. Springdale tonight on 4th downs. 0 for 1. The average about 23% coming into tonight. This a big one here. Line to make is the 32.
Play clock down to about 12.
Springdale shuffling personnel all over the place. 4 seconds on the play clock. Hayter snaps it. Fires. Pass intercepted. No, dropped there by Will Price at the 30-yard line. Either way, Springdale's going to turn the football over. So what started as a promising drive, Springdale turns it over, and Fayetteville's going to get the football back here with 9:02 to go.
Yep. You know, that's one of those things, you're doing a good job, and you get behind the sticks again like we talk about, and it kind of forces you out of the usual offensive play call. And like I said, Coach Hahn does a phenomenal job being able to tweak some things and make adjustments with their defenses. And, you know, sometimes they just make better plays than we did, and that's what happened.
1st and 10 for Fayetteville at the 41-yard line. Hendricks will bring the offense out. Here's Hendricks, finds Katavian Taylor at the 42. He's got 1st down yardage into Springdale territory.
Well, they kind of made a living with that outside little screen. Just throw it and get it to them, and
they'll move the sticks, put it at the 49 of Springdale. It's enough for the 1st down. Taylor's now gone over 100 yards tonight receiving. He's the 2nd Purple Dog to do that. He's got 5 catches and 108 yards. This is Garden. He's going to be wrapped up there by Easton Hahn. Got away.
Just kept his feet moving.
Sure
we had him grabbed up there. I think Big Junior had his jersey, and he kind of spun him around. Easton got a chance to have him, and he just kind of spun out of it and did a good job keeping his feet moving.
3-yard play goes down to the 46. Clock moving here, 8:23 to go in the ball game. Unless something turns around here, Springdale's going to go to 2-3 in league play with Bentonville next. This is Garden straight ahead. He's got 1st down yardage inside the 40 down to the 37. They'll move the chains again on the run by Terrence Garden. Garden tonight, that's his 5th carry, 25 yards on the night. Quiet night for him, all things considered. Caleb Johnson, the leading rusher, he's got 13 carries for 60 yards. Fayetteville starting to slow the pace down a little bit.
Yep, they are.
Garden again. with room, 35. And he's going to be dragged down at the 31-yard line.
He tried to stiff arm Raxon, and that's not going to happen. Raxon did a good job right there. If he gets his hands on you, it's you're pretty much going down.
6-yard pickup's going to put the ball at the 32-yard line. Shout out to my guy Brad Caldwell from the Arkansas Sports Network, watching us from down in the River Valley. Glad to have him along. Glad to have you along on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television. Hank Hendricks in the shotgun, 3 wide to the right. Fayetteville's quarterback. They're going to throw it. It's Terrence Garden, 35-yard line, and Easton Hahn's got him wrapped up there. It's going to be a couple yards on the loss. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Good play there by Easton Hahn.
Yep.
They have made a living tonight, Fayetteville has, running that particular play. Easton Hahn had had enough of that, blew it up back at the 35.
Yeah, just a little swing pass out of the running back, and like I said, just get the athlete the ball in open space and hoping he can make one guy miss.
3rd down upcoming for Fayetteville. Hank Hendricks looks at the sidelines. Fayetteville tonight 1 out of 5 on 3rd downs. Here's Hendricks. Hands to Garden. And he's going to be close to 1st down yardage. Let's see where they put him down. I think he's going to come up short at the 29, so it's going to be another 4th down for Fayetteville. And I'd imagine, as they have all night, they're going to go for it on 4th down. That's a 6-yard pickup. It's going to bring up 4th down and 2.
Watch your hard count right here with the, you're telling that defensive line, watch the ball, don't jump, don't give them a free 5 right here.
Hendricks in the pistol. He tried the hard count right there, couldn't get Springdale to jump, but now 10 on the play clock. Here's Garden off the left side. He's got 1st down yardage, 25. Garden cuts back, 20-yard line. And he is going to be dragged down at the 4.
Right there, the official blocked DJ Manuel out of the way in the back right there. DJ's trying to get around the official. He's right in the way and couldn't get around him, and he was able to cut back underneath on that one.
25-yard pickups on 4th down is going to give Fayetteville a 1st and goal. Garden tonight now 7 carries, 37 yards. Here he comes again, Garden trying to bounce it, and he is going to be stood up. Jed Wallace with the contact there, stands up Terrence Garden. Nice play there by Springdale's senior safety.
That was a great play right there, boy. I'll tell you what, as a coach, that's exactly what you want to see.
They gave him a yard down to the 3. This will be 2nd and goal from the 3. Garden into the middle of the Springdale defense, nowhere to go. Big junior Rodriguez with the stop there. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal. This is so far a good goal line stand for Springdale's defense. You're going to put it back at the 5, so it winds up being a 2-yard loss. Terrence Garden getting a workout here in the waning minutes of this one, the 126th meeting of the Battle of the Bulldogs. This began back in 1908. 2026 edition got off to a fun start for Springdale fans. Fayetteville's taking over here in the 2nd half. That's Katavian Taylor in motion. Hendricks with the play fake, looking for Taylor. That ball's batted up in the air, incomplete. I think it was Raxon that got a hand on it.
Sure did.
It's going to bring up 4th and goal.
That was big because that running back was underneath right there. Wasn't anybody covering him, so that was a good job by Raxon putting the ball. Looks like they're going to kick a field goal here.
Ethan Farthing will come in to try the field goal. 4:33 to go in the ball game. It's been an adventure of sorts for Fayetteville's field goal game.
How about a block run back right here?
That'd be fantastic. I haven't seen a block kick in a while. Farthing. Though we're going to put it down at the 12-yard line, so we'll call it a 22-yard attempt. Farthing's kick's on the way, and it's good. So our new score with 4:28 to go in the ball game. Fayetteville 52, Springdale 20. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television. Fayetteville scoring drives, 11 plays, 54 yards. Ethan Farthing with a 22-yard field goal gives the Purple Dogs a 32-point lead at 52-20. Springdale's going to get the football back. DJ Manuel, Jacoby Basin, Aaron Casados back deep for the Purple Dogs. You get a look there at Yandel Sanchez, Springdale's outside linebacker. He's having a really good year.
Yep.
It's a guy that next year is going to be a handful for defenses in the 7A. Farthing's got it teed up. We're going to get into this one. Knuckleball's going to travel and hit at the 4 and roll into the end zone for a touchback, and Springdale will start at the 20-yard line. Not a lot has gone right for Springdale here in the second half. They've been outscored 17-0 here in the quarter, but you know, there have been opportunities, there have been plays, they just haven't been able to string them together.
Right, they can't put things together and kind of, you know, unfortunately kind of tend to shoot ourselves in the foot. And, you know, those are things moving forward, getting ready for the playoffs. We got to get those corrected. And, you know, you turn around next week and you play another tough team. And, you know, the way it's looking, the team's going to win the conference.
1st and 10 for Springdale at the 20-yard line. Carson Hayter in at the quarterback spot. Try a pitch to Wilder, nowhere to go. It's going to wind up being about a 2-yard loss back to the 18-yard line, and just not a whole lot has gone right for the Springdale offense in the second half. Bless you.
Sorry about that.
Now it looks like Wilder is down. We're going to take a quick timeout while they tend to him. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation television.
Goodbye, guessing. Hello, confidence. So long, stress. Hello, security. Farewell, running to the bank. Hello, banking from anywhere. Get a quick view of your balance, lock lost debit cards, and quickly deposit checks anywhere, anytime with the highly rated Arvest Go mobile app from Arvest Bank. Goodbye, limits. Hello, possibilities.
Advanced Manufacturing needs you. For every 4 jobs, there's 1 applicant. Let business industry training take you to the next level. Either as a startup or as an incumbent worker, BIT has your menu.
I came to BIT to advance my skills in the electrical control field. If you want to better yourself, you need to come to business industry training.
Wilder Larice was the injured Bulldog up under his own power, walked off the field, so that's a good sign.
Really good sign, you bet. He's walking pretty good right now. You can kind of see him walking back here. Trainers are going to just double check, make sure everything's good. And, you know, he's a kid that we've got to have the rest of the season, so you definitely want to see him walking on his own power.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 12. Hayter in the pistol. Trouble with the snap. Now he's going to throw it. Pass complete far side. And they're going to say incomplete. Say the ball hit the ground. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. Easton did not agree with that call at all. So it'll be 3rd down and 12. Clock stopped, 3:51 to go. Here's a good look at it. That was a catch.
Ooh, that's a catch.
That's a catch.
That's a really good catch right there by Easton Hahn. You know, it's unfortunate when, you know, it's close, but come on now. If it's close like that.
So it's 3rd down and 12. Rogers has climbed back into the football game. 4:44 to go, 24-21. Bentonville leads Rogers. Here's Carson. Pass caught at the 32-yard line of Ryan Leatu.
There he is. You know, Carson's trying to direct traffic right there and get him to come back to the football. Good job there. Good hard throw by Carson.
14-yard pickup. Gives Springdale a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Nice hook up there between senior and a sophomore. Here's Carson looking to throw. Now he's going to run. Carson fires to Easton Hahn at the 36. Runs over a guy and out of bounds close to the 45-yard line. Easton's 2nd catch of the night. It's going to give Springdale another 1st down out to the 43.
Looks like he's got another cramp.
Well, that is a thing with him, isn't it?
Yeah, but when you're doing everything he does,
yeah, he's out there a bunch.
That's one of those things. Yeah, I mean he's using a lot of energy, a lot of fluids, and he's one of those that has to stay hydrated all week.
So while they tend to Easton, we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
My name is Eric Burnett. I am the Assistant Athletic Director for the Springdale School District. I am so grateful for your donations to the Fuel and Feet program. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
My name is Chris Wood, Assistant Athletic Director of the Springdale School District. It's because of the generosity of people like you, we are able to fully support the Fuel and Feed program. For this, we thank you and appreciate your help. I support the Springdale Athletic Foundation because they care about our student athletes.
The Fuel and Feed program raises money to help pay for pregame and postgame meals for kids and coaches. In addition, we raise funds to buy athletic footwear for the students to compete in. I'm Donald Tucker, Executive Director of the Springdale Athletic Foundation. Please take this time to help our students and coaches. Visit the link on the screen to donate now.
Thank you for your support.
On behalf of Springdale Schools Athletics, I want to say thank you.
.321 to go in the ball game. Easton Hahn walking off the field. See him walking backwards. That's a medical thing.
Well, because of the cramp, it keeps that muscle from re-cramping, so they walk them backwards.
1st and 10 for Springdale at the 44-yard line. Carson will throw. Hayter looking for Carlos Hernandez out on the wing. Can't come down with a flag down.
Well, we got us one right there. Good job.
Update from Benton County. 24-21, Bentonville leads
Pass
Rogers, but
interference.
Rogers has
Defense
just
number
recovered
13.
an onside kick.
15 yards from the previous
And they're going
spot.
to kick them.
With
First
4:41 to go.
Wow.
Rogers has the football. So here, a penalty for pass interference against Fayetteville. It's going to give Springdale the first down.
You know, with the score the way it is, it's kind of giving us an opportunity to work on some maybe 2-minute offense, and this may be something, moving forward in a positive way. Carson's done a good job moving the ball down the field, throwing the football, catching the football with the receivers. So, this is some positive things that I know Coach Hahn's proud to see.
Springdale spread it out. Carson Hayter in the shotgun. Oriana alongside. Here's Hayter to throw. Pass looking for Burge. Caught at the 25. First down, Springdale.
Great job right there by Albert Burge there. It looked like the safety kind of slipped again. We've kind of talked about some of the players slipping and getting back up there and running.
20-yard pickup gives Springdale the first down at the 20. Oriana straight ahead inside the 15. Now this looks like the offense that was going in the first half.
Yeah.
Springdale going quicker. They'll put it down at the 15 after the 5-yard pickup. 2nd and 5. Here's Hayter. Carson going to get close to first down yardage. I think he's got it.
Yeah, it's going to be close. He's moving him down, first down.
All right, so another 5-yard pickup puts Springdale at the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal at the 10. Here's Hayter again. Carson at the 5 and out of bounds. And a late hit. It's going to move it half the distance to the goal. Carson Hayter took a shot after the play.
Yeah, that was about 3 yards out off the field there.
Trey Byers was the one that hit him. So they're going to give him the 4, and then they'll half the distance. So it's a 6-yard pickup plus a 2-yard penalty.
After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 3 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal. It will be 2nd down.
So it'll put the ball just outside the 2. It'll be 1st and goal for Springdale. 2nd and goal, excuse me.
That's a I mean, that's a 15-yard penalty that went for 2 yards.
Yeah, it sure
it's
is.
half the distance.
Second down for Springdale at the 2. Rancel Oriana, touchdown, Springdale. Rancel's third rushing touchdown of the night. The Dogs are back on the board.
I think we got, go for 2 right here. I'm not so sure I wouldn't run the same thing.
I'm not so sure I would. They've had a little bit off that right side on that particular play, just a straight dive to Rancel.
Right.
So Springdale going to go for 2. They'll run it out of the flex bone. Burge in motion. Here's Oriana straight ahead into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And Springdale puts 8 points on the board.
That's good. That was something like I talked about earlier. Us moving the ball down the field, a little 2-minute offense, put the ball on, in the end zone and then go for 2. Those are positive things. Even though the score's the way it is, those are things that moving to the next week and the next couple of weeks and getting ready for the playoffs, we're going to have.
9 plays, 80 yards. The scoring drive, Rancel, the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And now, you said it, onside kick. Why not? Here, take a look at this. This is some highlights from the drive. Carson finds Easton out in the flat, runs over a guy, keeps going. And down at the 45-yard line, this is a great catch by Albert Burge with the hands. Don't let it get to your body. You catch it with your hands. And then Carson again.
Yeah,
it's a good play here. You're going to see the late hit here at the end. And then Rancel Oriana in for the touchdown and then the 2-point conversion as well. And Springdale's got 28 on the board, and now Fayetteville has brought their hands team out. Springdale looks like they're going to try the onside kick. AJ's pretty good at this. The ball's loose. Springdale's got it at the 48. No, it's still loose. They couldn't come away with it.
It was perfect. Boy, I tell you what, that ball can do different things, and that's exactly what it did right there. It bounced off them, exactly what we needed it to do, and just couldn't come up with the ball.
Tried to field it like a shortstop, couldn't do it.
And I think DJ had it. There was somebody else had a chance at it, and man.
So Fayetteville's going to come away with the football at the 45-yard line. .209 to go. Springdale with 1 timeout here in the second half still remaining.
Yep.
And it looks like Fayetteville's going to send the 2s out. New quarterback in the ball game is Cade Rogers. Handoff straight up the middle into Springdale territory at the 48-yard line. I imagine that Fayetteville's going to run this ball a couple of times, and we're going to get out of here. It's a 7-yard pickup. Clock running, 1:38 to go. Rogers in the shotgun. It's Drake Knock on the carry the last time. This is Knock again. Brody Webster's going to bring him down. 1-yard pickup for Knock, and it'll bring up 3rd down for the Purple Dogs.
Looks like we got a. Looks like maybe Shim.
Rogers has scored with 2:19 to go. The Mounties lead 28-24.
Wow.
That was a game that Bentonville had control of.
Yeah, they sure did.
Boy, that's what a football game that is up in Benton County. As you said, that's probably for the conference title. Those 2 teams are going to be either 1 or 2, no matter how you look at it.
Right.
But that is certainly a turn of events. It was 14-0 at one point. Bentonville was in total control of the ball game, up 24-7. And now trail 28-24 with about 2 minutes to go in that ball game. This is going to be 3rd down and 3. Line makes the 45. The clock running now. 55 seconds to go in the ball game. Cade Rogers is the quarterback. Drake Knock He's the running back alongside. Play clock down to 9. And looks like Fayetteville's going to call a timeout with 36 seconds to go. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on Springdale Athletic Foundation Television.
Accidents are never planned. But no matter how small, every emergency that involves a child is a big deal. It's everything. That's why we're here. Arkansas Children's Northwest offers the only pediatric emergency room in Northwest Arkansas, with fast access, pediatric experts, and kid-sized care. Peace of mind when you need it most.
Back to Springdale, 52-28. Our score. We're facing a 3rd down and 3. 36 seconds to go in the ball game. Next week, we're on the road at Bentonville. We'll take on the Tigers, who are right now down by 4 to the Rogers Mounties. And we'll be back here 2 weeks from tomorrow night to face Northside in the season finale. This is Knox straight ahead. First down yardage down to the 44, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, we had some things, unfortunately had some kind of shot ourselves in the foot on some things with some penalties early. Gave them second chances. But I did like to see us come back. We didn't quit. We got the offense going back where it needed to be. We worked on a little 2-minute offense and put the ball in the end zone and put the 2-point conversion in. So we had some positive things toward the end.
Some things to build on as they go forward. Springdale going to fall to 2-3 in conference play. Fayetteville going to go to 2-3 in conference play. So those teams now deadlocked, and you don't want to get in one of those goofy AAA triangles that everybody hates. But next week's another week. They'll play the Bentonville Tigers at Bentonville. As I mentioned, then Northside to wrap up the regular season. Our final score tonight: Fayetteville 52, Springdale 28. For Coach Robert Johnson and our entire SAF crew, we appreciate you being with us on a Thursday night. We'll do it in a week plus a day from Bentonville. We'll talk to you then. Good night, everyone.